Robert Saleh is like...
He was jacked up for that. All I saw was him yelling a bunch.
We live?
We're live.
Dude, is it true the camera adds 100 pounds?
It's tough to say. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us for Sunday Night
Hello.
Football.
It's Canadian Thanksgiving today, isn't it?
Maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know what day it is.
You work tomorrow?
Nope.
Oh, right.
I could burn the midnight oil, as they like to say.
I think we might do that tonight. I put all this makeup on though for today, and I don't know. I don't know if it's coming through on camera.
We'll see.
I got my hair done by Robert Smith's hairdresser.
Whatever that means. What's going on, Padres fan? Yeah, we picked the Chargers. I think we have them +7 in our contest.
No, the Steelers.
Sorry, yeah, we picked the Steelers. My bad.
Hey Jake, sure you enjoyed the zero ball your offense threw up?
Denver's just a weird team to lose to right now.
You know what I just realized? Yeah, they canned Mariota. We didn't see the game. That was like the one game we didn't see.
Yeah, they pulled him through the game. He had 2 interceptions, 3 sacks.
Are they going to start Tannehill going forward? I think that's better for them, to be honest.
I don't think they're going to start Tannehill going forward. That's
what I would do.
That's my uneducated guess.
Yeah.
Who would you rather have?
Ryan Tannehill. I don't like Ryan Tannehill, or I don't like him. I don't think either of them are good, but
You'd rather have Tannehill?
yeah, I'm not joking.
I can't believe you're saying that.
I know, and you know that I particularly didn't like him for a very long time.
Yeah, and we both liked Mariota, but it's how long.
There's the natural progression isn't there. There's no progression. It's the same. He does rookie stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake agrees. Tannehill.
Well, Jake's seen enough.
Well, Jake's got the fan glasses too, though, because he's seen every snap, and he's disappointed. All that, it's not just the draft stock they put into him; it's the time and all the time you put into an investment in the franchise. Kind of rests on that key position in football, and when the guy isn't,
Titans are too talented.
What's advertised? I'd say Jake, though, if you're gonna tank, pal, you gotta do it the Miami way. Oh, but I guess Trevor Lawrence is not next year, the year after. So, because I think the big ones in this one are Tua Tagliavola. I don't even know how to say his last name, and Justin Herbert out of Oregon.
We're doing well, Mike. How are you doing tonight?
Mike Jones, 281-330-8004.
That probably never gets old.
It doesn't. I love that guy, that song. Okay? It's Mike Jones, dude.
Talk about some of the market factors of this game. Line opened at 7. It looks like it's going to be closing at 6.
It's not a huge move, but it's of note. That'd be the best way I could put it.
Well, there's what? 32% of bettors are on Delvin Hodges and the Pittsburgh
Devlin
Steelers.
Hodges.
See, I don't even know his name.
But that your skills don't rely on memory, because if they did, we'd be in really big trouble. And
It opened at Pinnacle. It opened at 6, went up to 7, came back down to 6, 6.5, all the way down to 5.5 at one point, and it closed at 6.
I think the closing line's probably equilibrium, right? Like it's tough. It's
Only
tough.
32% of bettors are on the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm still leaning Steelers, but I don't know if this is beatable in the long run. Betting on either side. I think the juice is the winner in this game.
Mike Jones says, I couldn't believe Chiefs lost twice in a row at home. He lost money on that game.
Yeah, we lost money on that. Oh no, actually, Big Rye bet Houston. Big Rye faded the fat guy on that one.
Mike Jones, we feel the same way. Like, how can that line go from 6 to 3.5? There wasn't any major injuries. Just a lot
It's
of money
weird.
came in. A lot of money came in on Houston.
A lot.
And what did the betting percentages close at for that
I'm
game?
gonna take a look right here. Give me a moment. Get the hell out of here.
33%.
That was the grossest thing I've ever seen you do in my life.
What's going on, Mickey?
Hey, Mickey.
Hope you enjoyed that kiss.
Get the hell out of here.
That guy's pretty
goofball.
sensitive to that stuff.
No, I don't. Whatever. Gay humor is some of my favorite, but you just took it to a new level. I guess that's why you got married, so you could have a beard.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. The reason Big Rye says hell yeah, brother, is because his stupid joke is Hulk Hogan couldn't remember anyone's name, so he called everyone brother.
I still love that. It's so,
That's so good.
It's so good. Mickey, I think you're still tied for the lead. Let me,
Yeah, I think he is too.
yeah, you and Satuple, 2 games above. And we're in a 3-way tie for third with Pick Last and E-Steelers.
Yeah.
What up, Mark?
Conveniently gay for fat guy is right behind us.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, how you doing, DLC?
What's going on?
Go Hawks. Yeah, they jobbed my Browns today. Mega jobbed them.
You didn't even get to see the blocking foul that they called on.
I know, I didn't even see the opening play.
Mark, you got to be happy that the Seahawks won today. It's a strong start for the Seahawks this season.
It really is. I'm coming around, and I said this today to Big Rye. I actually think Russell Wilson's the best player in the NFL. I really do. I think he adds the most. He gives you the highest chance of winning of any player, any single player.
Well, especially like the last year, the year before.
He's been incredible. Last year was just a phenomenal performance. Oh, yeah, 4-0 afternoon. Nice work, pal. That's a good afternoon.
We had pretty similar. I
think we went 3-1 the afternoon.
Yeah, I think we went 3-1. Yeah, Mickey, you're 500 for today.
That's fine. 500 is fine.
You're 1 game above us. Yeah, Mark says Russell's MVP right now.
I would have to agree.
Mahomes taking a step back the last few weeks.
Well, it's because it's all results based. I mean,
well, that's kind of what MVP is.
That's what MVP is. But I mean, like
Russell's been the most consistent.
Yeah. Mike Jones. I hope Patriots re-sign Antonio Brown back. I don't see a world where that happens, but that would be fun for all of us.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, it's a big game for the Niners. The one reason I didn't want them to win is because then Dylan Todfield would have to shave his testicular hair and put it on his and wear it as a wig. That was what he said.
He said that?
He did say that in the comment section.
No. About the Saints?
No, about the Niners.
If the Niners lost to the Rams?
Yeah. Which I can't believe. They're like a road dog.
Anybody who took Niners money line would have done pretty well today. Because they would have been like plus 150. Maybe even higher.
Yeah. Mickey Hill said, I would take Russell Wilson before any other player in the league. And I would agree. I'm in complete agreement.
Russell's definitely one of the smartest players in the league.
The thing is people like those dumb shows, the Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
I like those shows.
Yeah, sure you do. You're a big fan of those. They argue about numbers and everything. And Pro Football Focus, they can show the numbers to death. But when it comes to picking games, they can't do it. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't hold any weight to it. Russell Wilson's a winner. You know? Like, he puts your team with the best chance of winning, regardless of how they do it. Patriots are short on WR.
I don't know. That new Wes Welker, Danny Amendola, whatever, clone, Julian Edelman clone, Oswelski or whatever. I know I'm completely butchering.
Gunnar Ozlowski.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's right. But then there's and they have and N'Keal Harry's trying to come back from injury. Jacoby Myers, I think, got hurt too. They are thin, but you can really get a guy off the street, the Patriots. I don't know if you want to bring Clown Antonio Brown in. The drama factor is kind of fun. The Antonio Brown saga is like male soap opera stuff.
Yeah.
Mickey Hill, yeah, I'm surprised Dylan Todfield ain't here talking shit since he's 8-4 for the week so far. Yeah, I'm surprised. He got his first winning week, and then obviously his picks are the best, and we're all stupid, so surprised he's not letting us know that.
I'm surprised that he hasn't shown up for too many live streams lately. He must have found another man or something like that.
Yeah, he must have found another group of guys to jump in a bed with.
The Browns let us down too. That was disappointing.
There's
so many coaching.
They got jobbed too, though. There's a lot of ref calls that bothered me in that game, and usually doesn't happen. But I guess maybe my inner fan is coming out. Let's say, you know,
I'm more worried about the coaching.
Coaching sucks, man.
At least Kitchens is aggressive. Like, he's going for these crazy fourth downs. But
that's not enough, man. That's like so small. Yeah, no one's reliable. I wouldn't even call Josh Gordon reliable. I would call Julian Edelman reliable.
I was just going to say the same thing. Edelman's super reliable. I was surprised they didn't bring the tight end back, Benjamin Watson.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm surprised they decided not to sign Benjamin Watson after he came off of suspension.
Oh, I thought that was a foregone conclusion. Like, why did he... I thought he was sitting for an unknown reason. So they're so thin at tight end, though.
Melvin Ingram's out for the Chargers, which is not a good thing for them.
Well, it'd be easier to key in on...
Kickoff just happened, guys.
Yeah, kickoff just happened. It's going to be easier to key in on Joey Bosa when you don't have another hot rod coming off the other side. Melvin Gordon's got Miss Cleo hair. Call the line anytime, apparently. Oh, you know what's cool about Miss Cleo? She did the voiceover in Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Did she?
Yeah, like for one of like the boss characters, like a Trinidadian Bob or something.
I doubt she turned down any.
I don't think she's turning down revenue.
She had to make a killing.
Brown should hire like Urban Meyer or someone of that pedigree, but I just don't see that happening. Hunter Henry with a catch here.
How much money does Nick Saban need to be paid to come to the NFL?
$18 million a year, $15 million a year, somewhere in there, and he might not even do it. I'm sure that guy has enough money where he's the highest paid coach, I believe, in the world. I think is Nick Saban. whatever. They're getting a lot out of him. One thing to look out for is the tackle situation is pretty much untenable for the Chargers. And Phillip Rivers is, I would say, of the least mobile quarterbacks that have ever existed almost.
Oh, get out of here. Rivers can run with the best of them.
Yeah, he sure can. Him and Brady and Peyton Manning and Kerry Collins. Yeah, they sure can. I want to see a game.
Kerry Collins was a little bit slow.
Yeah, sure.
Rivers is he's a top end speed kind of guy though.
Well, that's what it is. Downhill runner, as they say. Mm-hmm. So I was just going to get to it. I want to see a good game from Bud Dupree.
BD 48?
Yeah, Bud Dupree and TJ Watt. Bud Dupree was kind of disappointing as a first-round pick, but it seems like the Steelers' defense is an underrated unit. I think it's the best unit out of offense, defense, special teams out of both teams. Steelers' defense is underrated.
Mickey Hill agrees that Saban's not going anywhere.
Yeah, he is a god. He is a complete legend. And the other thing, too, you know what's fun about his job? Dropped by Travis Benjamin. The fun part about Nick Saban's job is you get to cherry pick the most talented high school players in the country.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's all those wild sex parties he has.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's into that too, right?
But yeah, recruiting's cool too.
Yeah, Nick Saban only recruits defensive linemen personally, and I can see why. They have the best defensive linemen every year. I mean, Clemson's pretty good too. So we got a punt here from the Chargers, fielded by Ryan Switzer. He's going to go out around the 20. We should play a drinking game, trying to figure out which side Al Michaels bet on.
I feel like Al Michaels is more an over-under guy.
Al Michaels is a big over-under guy, that's for sure.
That fourth quarter gets a little bit interesting with him.
Yeah.
Call the line. Call me anytime.
Where's that from?
It's from a song.
Oh, Houdini. You know what I look like right now? I look like that South Park World of Warcraft fat guy.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, the way I'm seated right now, and my hair and glasses. This is really impressive look I got going on here. There we go. So apparently, according to these commercials, I need a new car and a cell phone. I should change providers too. I do actually need a new cell
phone. Remember to donate so the fat guy can get a new car.
I don't want a new car. I like my car.
No. Make sure you guys donate. Fat guy needs a car and a cell phone. He was swindled by commercials. What do you like, Mazda?
I don't want a new car. I love my Altima. It's rad.
Remember to PVR Grey's Anatomy tonight, guys?
Yeah, that too.
Don't want to miss out. Sorry, it's all new Thursday.
I'm going to buy a Huawei, though, I think, again. That was the best phone I ever had. I'm shilling for the Chinese company. My fun thing about my Huawei, they're obviously listening to us. So I just want to praise Emperor Xiaoping and the Chinese Revolution of the West.
Steelers have the number 7D in Mickey Hill's system. Zero just doesn't need to...
offense just doesn't need to shit the bed tonight. Yeah. That's exactly how we feel. This is a winnable game for Pittsburgh on the road, despite having a third-string quarterback. Because it's a good thing when one of these quarterbacks comes in, is they get zero benefit of the doubt from the public. Oh,
You know what else is interesting is the Chargers have had. It's been one of the toughest places to play, but it doesn't seem like that anymore.
what do you mean?
Like for the last few years, like I'll say ever since we started doing this, like I don't know, last 7 to 10 years.
Yeah,
The Chargers have infamously been a tough place to play because of the travel and because of the team's been kind of underrated, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's
Not
a
so
big
much
move
right
here.
now.
They're playing in a soccer stadium. They have very little fans, so the home field advantage isn't as high as other places. That's for sure. And they've been underwhelming too. So now we're at third down. Denzel Perryman, former first-round pick, gets a stop behind the line.
Is it Bono feels pretty good about his Steelers pick tonight?
Yeah, so do we.
We're on the same boat. I'm a little more so than the fat guy.
Yeah. I just don't like the price Big Rye got. He got 6. I'm a fiend for getting the best number. And it's significant, 6 to 7. Because we're cutting quarters. We're fighting over small percentages. The sharper, the better.
3rd and 11 for the Steelers.
Pass underneath to McDonald.
Picks up 6. And I have to punt.
That's a fault. That's offside. Offside on the Chargers, or it could be a false start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it move, but I thought that was offside.
Well, good news for us.
False start. There you go.
I just saw John Hussey's reffing this game. You can pretty much chalk up a win for the Steelers.
Why do you say that, Big Rye?
Here, Mickey Hill has some math here for us. He's got the Chargers home field advantage at only 0.5, like half a point.
I don't think it's that low, but I mean, it's significantly dropped for sure. I was hoping he was going to chime in with that comment because I wanted to see his thoughts on it.
What do you have the line at today, Mickey? Curious.
I want to see what his system says. Handicapping's so hard.
I'm going to say Chargers.
Chargers
4.5.
3.5?
4.5.
4.
That's my guess.
4 makes sense. Chargers 4 makes sense. Apparently, they have to get a new job now as well.
Indeed. Good acting.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to. I always said after that first punt, I give a shout out to Doritos. Most delicious chips out there, Doritos. Tried the new nacho hot flavor.
Is that how we're gonna make it now, Big Rye? You're gonna name companies that aren't affiliated with us and then hope that they jump on. It's a good idea.
And also a little shout out to this little boutique restaurant just down the street from us, to Hooters. Chargers by 1.5 points.
You ever ate out of Hooters before?
Have I ever ate out of Hooters before?
8 out of Hooters. Like, how do you botch that one? Have you ever went there before?
No, I've never been there.
It's underwhelming. Let's put it that way.
Once Chippendale starts serving food, I'll be
Yeah, when
interested.
Chippendales has a full buffet, you'll be there every day.
Serve that dong soup.
My system says Chargers by 1.5. Interesting. Very interesting.
So lots of value on the
Lots of
Steelers.
value in that case then on taking the Steelers plus 6, 7, 5.5 every line.
How come they took Roseanne off Roseanne?
Yeah, it's a good reason. Well, I don't think it's a good reason. She probably just said something bad about somebody. Like, whatever. Den win. I pick Chargers. You. Okay.
We picked the Steelers.
You.
Oh, you got the Chargers under?
Oh, Chargers and the under?
I think he's asking what we...
Well, we got the Steelers.
Who's got the pink socks on for the Steelers?
Yeah, Packers. Yeah. Absolutely. That's a... yeah. I don't know why that was so funny, but...
Peckers is an excellent name.
That's a good name
for a men's.
What's that? That not that I care for her, but I like John Glazer. That Amy Schumer skit. What is it, like McNutters or something?
I can't remember exactly.
So the Steelers apply pressure, and Rivers. This looks intentional grounding, and I believe that's what they just called it. I was laughing at the Peckers joke, so I kind of missed. I don't know how that's not intentional grounding, but whatever. 2nd and 10. Oh, he says Gordon was in the area. This is a fumble. Grab it! Go! Go! Yes!
Devin Bush touchdown.
Touchdown Steelers defense. Yes. All right. Steelers touchdown, if you guys couldn't tell by my reaction. But I was more bombastic than usual. My reaction was larger because I am excited about the new Packers moving in the neighborhood. Interesting restaurant. Prefer the decorum. There you go, Jake. Love to see it. Perfect. Fat Guy's defense prediction is looking okay so far. Early in the game, though. 10:51 left. Boswell gets it in. 7 points.
It was lunch at O'Nutters.
Lunch at O'Nutters? That's what it was called?
Yeah. I'm going to see if I can find the video.
Not only is she a joke stealer, she just stole that opening. That's it looks like a David Tell, the opening of that.
Sounds about right.
She did steal half of his jokes, so
David Tell's her hero.
Yeah, 'cause he's funny.
I love all of the cocksucks who picked the Rams to beat the Niners. Pathetic. Also the cocksucks who picked the Jaguars to beat the Saints. So that's us twice. There's two cocksuckers get...
It's just two cocksuckers.
Jake Jacobs, love to see it. I got Steelers in the contest and under 42.5 for the game. And then if anyone's really bored during a commercial, you can watch the O'Nutters skit. That's what I imagined.
Well, that's what Packers is going to be like, yeah. Us and Mickey Hill are thinking about starting a restaurant franchise.
Yeah, I'm in.
Clearly.
I'll be the first and last customer.
Yeah. You can't ever pick against the Saints when Dylan Toddfield's on this stream. Oh, Bud Dupree has Miss Cleo O'Hare too.
Saints have been good against the spread this year.
Yeah, I know. We picked them every week except week 1, which they didn't cover against Houston, and this week, and we lost. Oh, no, they didn't cover against the Rams. Oh, we did, and we took the Rams, I think. Eckler with the early carry. Concerning for Melvin Gordon owners.
Fat Guy went 5-7 today. Dylan, you're sitting pretty at 8-4.
Yes, you're having a good week this week. Not surprising.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good thing. Mickey called it. Mickey said Dylan was going to be here to talk trash.
I can handle it. My fifis won't get hurt.
Melvin Gordon, the ball popped out here. I think he was down. Zivona was surprised by the number of the Jags-Saints game. It just seemed fishy. The game just seemed fishy.
It did. It totally did.
But Saints took care of business.
Yeah.
Dylan said he's not here to talk trash. He just got the notification, was done JOing for the night.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
We know how long it takes because what did the Saints game finished what?
Yeah.
An hour ago?
You can't do the whole Saints game. You got to at least leave halftime, right?
It's been like 4 hours.
No, it can only happen while they're winning. Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes you just gotta appreciate the battles and forget about the war.
Yeah. Win a battle here and there. It's always good. That's what you need. A little bit of risk when you're gambling, riverboat gambling.
Bloodbath Ornette,
Devin Bush. Devin Bush now with an interception on a tip ball. Steelers D up big.
Yeah. Vegas odds is high this year. They had the Jags -2.5. Yeah, a lot of the public was betting the Saints, but a lot of
pros were on the Jaguars.
Yeah, a lot of money came in on the Jags. They pushed that line from 1 to 2.5, which is not the biggest.
That looks bigger than it actually is, but it's still something, right? Considering there was what was the split on the game? Most people were betting on the Saints, right?
Yeah,
but the money was flying in on the Jags. That was a classic pros versus Joes game. Chalk it up for the Joes. What a play!
It closed at 59 for the Saints, 41 for the Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah, from 1 to 2.5 is
It's something. Difference. It's percentages. It still matters. It's percentages. Here we go. We got a James Conner run from the 40. Falcons are a big disappointment.
And the Browns are the most inconsistent team.
That's probably fair to say. I feel like they got jobbed referee-wise. That snake tail, rat tail Devin Bush has is like obnoxiously bad, but yes, 1 touchdown and 2 field goals. Yes, absolutely. Al Michaels, the sentiment feels like he's got the Chargers with a comment he just said. Connor did a great job breaking tackles to get a modest 4-yard gain. I don't know, and that's an interesting point Jake Jacobs just made. The Falcons don't play a divisional game until week 10. How does that scheduling happen? That's a great question. How do you not?
It's so statistically unlikely.
Yeah, but it's not. They schedule it. It's not statistics. I mean, they should be starting rivalries in the division. That's the whole point of a division.
They should be. Welcome to the stream IC SOC 19. I don't think the Rams will make the playoffs. It's a tough division. It's going to be tough.
Offside should be on the Chargers. I don't think it's getting called. Doesn't matter. It would have been declined because of a first down pass to James Conner. How about them Cowboys from Mickey Hill? How about them Cowboys? I'm gonna venture out to say that Mickey Hill took the Jets like we did. Too many points, and they lost outright. That was good for us in my Survivor, knocking out a bunch of people.
Yeah, that was good. The Cowboys are still one of the best teams in the league. They're 3-3. They've lost 3 in a row.
I don't know, like they're in the top end. I can't wait to win one of those T-shirts. Yeah, you got to win a week. That's bobbled snap. Still made it to Connor, who gets a yard, gives up.
And then, what do you think about the Rams' playoff chances? I'll ask you that as I will.
That's really tough.
I still think they're one of the best teams in the league, too.
and I still think the Rams are one of the best teams in the league, but I mean, they might have to get a little bit more creative on offense because not everything that's working and that worked in the past is working currently. Yes, that's true. Another run from Connor. They're getting it done. This is a fat guy style game. It's looking to shape up like JETS, 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 Jets. That's what Mickey Hill said because he took them like we did with a nice, not only cover, but a home victory.
It's Fireman Mickey.
Fireman Mickey.
Top 5 teams: Saints, Niners, Patriots, Packers, and Seahawks.
I honestly don't know if the Niners are in there. This is a good statement win. I think we're down for the day. Or we
We're 5-7 for the day. We're 3-2 with bets.
Bets, yeah. There you go. I don't know if Connor got this first down, but they should definitely go for it.
And then we still have the Steelers pending +6. So it's been a good start. Jake Jacobs, Patriots aren't that good, but they still get a first-round bye somehow. Well, they have the easiest schedule, so.
Yeah, Miami
Giants.
Jets especially the Jets that they
got to play the Jets without Darnold and Mosley.
Yeah, that's kind of that's pretty good.
That's
yeah,
really
Darnold, Mosley, and Quinnen Williams.
Yeah.
That's a layup then. Here we go.
Those will be tough.
1st and 10 Steelers. I want a Connor TD. Maybe we're a little bit behind in the feed and that already happened. Connor touchdown.
Awesome.
Running around all over town, putting out old flames.
Sounds like you on the weekends.
Yeah. Pretty active for a guy that's 290 pounds.
That's what they say.
Yeah. Touchdown, James Conner. Zitvono, Mickey Hill, Jake. I think our cover is looking pretty good here, guys. Although Jake's under is in question almost after 2 quick touchdowns from the Steelers.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still a lot of game left. It's nice that the Steelers were able to put it away. I know Mickey said he was worried about Pittsburgh's He's got the defense rated so highly, but this is an excellent start for how he has these teams rated.
So Dylan has a suggestion that we could do a power ranking video. That's something to throw around.
We want to put out way more content. Right now, it's just tough for us schedule-wise. Outside of here, we only have a couple days to get together and work on stuff.
Yeah.
But we're trying to make the most of our time and put out what's most beneficial for.
And I think we're going to trend in the direction of like the nitty-gritty of gambling numbers and line shopping and all that kind of stuff. The problem when you put out content with that type of undertone, when you put out content with that of that nature, you need to you need to really do a lot of data work because you need the proof. You can't make assumptions in gambling. And as Amarillo Slim Preston would say, the guesser always loses. And he's right. I don't think he's alive anymore. No, he's not alive.
That's way different than the quote I threw out. Where's that Green River?
Gary Ridgway over here.
Thanks, Dylan.
I don't know, Dylan. We'll see. Zitvono, what do you do during the off season? We'll generally go through every roster, and we'll try and we have a statistical model that will predict it'll predict the most likely number of wins for each team, and then how those win totals stack up against all the gambling odds. And we do some fantasy stuff too. That's what we'll do in the off season. We kind of are stagnant to in between the Super Bowl and the draft, though. That's the biggest area where we don't know what to do. I end up playing a lot of poker. It's pretty much what happens.
The other thing too is that we've been trying to get a football website off the ground for a few years now, but we lack the technical expertise.
Well, also too, we keep switching of we keep switching in our minds what our idea of value is.
Yeah.
Because we're learning. It's always a all-encompassing learning thing. The beautiful thing about gambling and probability aspects and forecasting is the results don't mean anything, especially in the short term. They mean everything over a long, large sample. So that problem with football is has such a small volume is that you sharpen the knife every year, but there isn't that much. It's hard to learn things like it's a slow process.
Yeah, and that's the tough part, Mickey. About you said that New England is number one in your system, but they'll regress. Their schedule has been ridiculously easy so far, and it becomes so
fair.
easy to go off of past information. But like you said, you're going off of information of what 5-6 games now,
Which means almost nothing.
which is tough. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of lost my train of thought here, but it's just tough. It's tough.
You're just saying it's tough to glean information from tight results that and small samples.
Yeah.
Here we go. Chargers take over at their own 24. First down run by Gordon, who's gobbled up by Watt and company.
This Steelers defense came to play.
They did.
Zivono says, keep in mind that some of those teams look weak because they got blown out by the
Yes.
Patriots. It's a good point. It's like a little bit of chicken and the egg, right?
And we like that thing, though. We like when teams get blown out and another team blows another team out, and then it's kind of like a perfect storm because in the next week we get these extra few points when we bet on them for no reason other than people overreacting to a strong win or a strong loss.
And I'm going to put a little bit of a pin into that balloon because when we saw the Chiefs Houston early line, both of us were like, "Oh my God, the Chiefs are going to kill."
Yeah. Not we're elastic though in our decision making, right?
Yeah. Well, as the week came along and the numbers came out and the lines moved and the percentages kind of shifted for us, it changed our mind, at least betting wise.
Yeah, Big Rye was a fan of Houston today. I didn't follow him, but Big Rye was on Houston, and it worked out for him. So I guess you were right because the result came in.
Well, not at all. But that's one of those perfect examples of where you and I, at the start of the week, would like Kansas City.
I did like Kansas City.
And at the end of the week, we kind of liked...
It tilted towards Houston. I like to no bet at that number. Should Patriots keep Cam on bench when he's back healthy? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Why you've got a good harmony on your team, and we're talking about
it depends what you mean by healthy. If he can come back and play, then no. If he's fully healthy, then yeah, Newton's a better option.
I don't know if he is. I'm going to say no. I'll tell you why.
Come back healthy enough to be better than Allen.
Yeah, that might require surgery, but I'm going to say no because of that reason we were talking about with the Browns. Football's an emotional game. The players are emotional, and Cam is a powder. He's a powder. I don't like it as a face for your team. You know, I like the underrated underdog aspect they got going on now. Feels a bit like
even him back healthy on the bench. It's still going to be pouty. Like that's
yeah. But at least he's not the guy holding the ball under center.
Yeah.
So Vince Williams makes a great diagnosis on the run, filling in the perfect gap, much like Big Rye at Peckers.
Here's an interesting question. So should the Panthers trade Cam Newton?
I mean, I don't know what you're going to get for him. That's the problem.
So what do you think the right price would be?
What would be the right price for Cam Newton? I really think a second and a fourth or a second and a fifth. That'd be my price for him.
What's a needy team at quarterback?
A needy team that thinks that this investment would put him over. Well, I mean, that's tough. You could say the Jags. Like you can make the argument for the Jags.
What's going on, Jeff Roblo?
Ooh, the hot tub. Keep it at 102, Jeff.
Keep it hot.
Keep it hot.
Mickey agrees. He said Cam will be one hell of a distraction. If they bench him, they'll have to play him or trade him. Where do you see him getting traded to? Like, where would be an enticing place for Cam Newton to play? I actually have to pull up now. I'm interested in this.
Did we pique your interest?
You've
I want to
piqued my
touch back on
interest.
what Jake Jacobs said, because I felt the exact same way when he didn't fight for that fumble in the Super Bowl. He made what the players call a business decision. Well, when the hell is the time to fight for a fumble then? I guess never if you can't do it in the biggest game you're ever going to play.
The Broncos need a quarterback. Elway loves useless quarterbacks.
Hey, he's not wrong.
He's
He's not wrong.
Better places.
You know what might actually be a good fit, the Broncos? Because they don't actually need him to be really good.
Yeah. Here's another interesting place would be Cincinnati. Would you rather have him or Dalton?
Who?
Cam Newton or Andy Dalton?
Well, I'll take Cam Newton. I mean, you're at least going to get, as a franchise, there's some hype around him as far as fair weather fans go. 101 tonight, Jeff Roblo. Right on. Zitvono, do you think the Saints could use some more depth at QB? When you add Taysom Hill, I don't think so. I think they're good. Because Drew Brees isn't, he's not dead. He's coming back. Bridgewater is the best backup. I've said this forever. He's the best backup in the NFL. I think he's starting caliber, and he's proving it. He's undefeated. And Taysom Hill can play at quarterback as well. So I think they're pretty solid. And the other thing, too, is you don't have, that's a lot of money between all of those guys tied up. Maybe not Taysom Hill, but definitely Bridgewater and Breeze. So I don't think you can afford it anymore.
Jeff says Pittsburgh, and that's who I was just going to bring up next, because Roethlisberger's kind of on the way out. Like, he might retire at the end of this year. And then you have Rudolph. Would you rather have Rudolph, or would you rather have Cam Newton?
Well, here's the argument. Obviously, I think Cam Newton's a better player than Mason Rudolph, but
right now,
yes. But look at the salaries that you're going to have to pay them. You have a lot more flexibility with your team going forward having Mason Rudolph, because what was he getting paid? $900,000,
something like that. Here's the most interesting.
And you have to pay Newton what, $30 million, $28.
Here's the most interesting one. Mickey Hill thinks the Titans, and Jake Jacobs already saying no.
Yeah,
but that's an interesting place for him to land.
Yeah, because I really believe that the Titans have a Super Bowl caliber defense that is getting wasted.
They also have maybe the perfect spot for him to play. Like, they could do something like Baltimore's done.
Yeah, but then Cam Newton has to accept that role. You know what I mean? And that takes a lot of maturity, and I don't think he'll ever have enough maturity.
But that defense is good enough. Derrick Henry is already a scary runner. If you add Cam Newton as the 1-2, like RPO type stuff.
Yeah, which is interesting. But honestly, though, if Cam Newton couldn't even sneak against Tampa Bay in, week 2?
But maybe that's a coaching decision. Maybe that's not what...
No, it was an injury thing. That's why they didn't sneak it. And they ran that stupid play with McCaffrey that didn't work.
So you could trade for him this year, essentially redshirt him, try to get him back to full health, and then do it next year?
Would I do that if I was Tennessee?
Yeah. Because right now, neither Mariota and Tannehill aren't good enough.
Yeah. I still prefer Tannehill, which sounds crazy because I used to hate him. I still don't think he's good or anything, but
neither of those guys are good enough, even as game managers for Tennessee.
Yeah, they can't even do that. Can he do that though?
I just think that team would be. You could power you'd have the two biggest guys at their positions.
Yeah,
the ball.
It's true. You'd have to play like Wishbone.
I think that's scary. Him and Derrick Henry are a scary backfield. Get your 3 yards of play and
yeah, grind it out from pistol. Jake Jacobs. Cam's body's broken. We don't need another fragile QB.
That's the biggest problem.
That is the biggest issue.
Because if he's healthy, he's playing for Carolina. That's really what it is.
I wouldn't want him, man. They're undefeated with Kyle Allen. They don't have to pay Kyle Allen in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. You're saving yourself. You're paying him 1/25th the money, 1/30th the money to play quarterback, and you're getting better results. I'll take Kyle Allen.
The Steelers are just...
Steelers popping off a nice run.
Yeah, they're just slicing through this Chargers defense. This Chargers defense is good on paper. They don't have Melvin Ingram in today.
That's not an excuse for me.
It is an excuse, but it does hurt them. That should be the last play before half unless they decide to run one more. What an excellent start for Pittsburgh.
Right on. Just a nice statement. Player of the game, though, has got to be Devin Bush, though.
Dallas, New York, Philly all have guys. Washington's another interesting place, but they should go to Haskins.
They have Haskins.
Chicago's an interesting one. I think he could play for Chicago.
Yeah,
I'd
but then
rather have him than Trubisky.
that takes general manager Ryan Pace to cut bait, and I don't know if
I don't think it's likely to happen.
No.
But I think that he's better than Trubisky.
Oh, I think that's obvious.
Trubisky's on a rookie deal, so he's getting paid a lot.
Rookie deal is a big deal too, but it's a high first round pick rookie deal, so it's not the same as Devlin Hodges, let's say, or Kyle Allen, because Kyle Allen's undrafted, so it's $500,000.
He's not going to Detroit, not going to Green Bay, not going to Minnesota, not going to Atlanta, not going to New Orleans. Tampa's an option, but I think
Tampa is an option.
I think I'd rather have Winston than Newton at this point.
That's hard to say after today's performance, but that's one game.
And then the entire NFC West doesn't need a quarterback, so it's a pretty small group of teams that actually need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Denver, we didn't mention. Jacksonville. Would you rather have Minshew or Nick Foles? Or?
The money part, though, for me, that's where it is. I can pay Gardner Minshew $700,000 and have to pay Cam Newton $25 million.
Yeah.
I'd rather just take that money, build up other parts of my team, and be arguably just a tiny bit worse on offense. This is a great question. Is tanking a viable strategy in the NFL? I'm going to say yes, but that's...
it's a viable strategy in any league.
In any league. The thing about it, though, is you need a patient owner, and that's just something you don't see very often. That's how the Cowboys, they rebuilt. The Cowboys were, I believe, 1-15 when Jimmy Johnson took over, and he decided, he goes, he needed picks. He needed to build through the draft. So he went through the team. He goes, do we have any good players on this 1-15 team? And they did. Herschel Walker, who was their star running back. He's the only good player on their team. And he traded him for, we should bring him up, I think it was called the King's Ransom.
What trade are you talking about, sorry?
The trade for Minnesota Vikings to Dallas Cowboys for the Herschel Walker. 1991, I'm going to say. It has its own Wikipedia page with a timeline. That's how big it was. So, Big Rat, if you could read that off for us.
So, this deal on October 12th, 1989... centered on sending running back Herschel Walker from Dallas to Minnesota, including Walker in a transaction involving the San Diego Chargers. Trade eventually involved 18 players and draft picks. At the time of the deal, the Cowboys were one of the worst teams in the league.
1-15.
Trading away their best player, while the Vikings believed that Walker was the missing piece they needed to make a Super Bowl run. Thus, Minnesota originally felt that they got the better end of the deal. Instead, the Cowboys used the draft picks acquired in the trade to get the players they needed to help them win 3 Super Bowls in the 90s. So they selected Emmitt Smith.
Well, go highlight the picks first.
Minnesota's first-round pick in 1990, which was Emmitt Smith.
Second-round pick in 1990.
Which it looks like they used to trade for a third-round pick.
So long story short, they got 3 firsts, 2 second, and a 6th, it looks like. And another second and another third. What?
So they picked Emmitt Smith, Stan Smag...
a DB.
Smagala. Russell Maryland, who was a key cog on that team. Alonzo Highsmith. Kevin Smith. Darren Woodson, which was another
Darren Woodson.
Clayton Holmes.
And then they used some of those picks to trade down even further. They basically built their whole team trading Herschel Walker. And they did okay. And I think that's what you have to do. But part of tanking that I find perplexing is that teams tank, but they rarely get enough picks. Because even if we're talking about Tua or Trevor Lawrence, there's a chance that these guys might not work out. So it's best to do volume. Because no one really has a crystal ball, and no one's really that much better than the next guy. I mean, there's some outliers in like Bill Polian as far as drafting goes. And you could make a case for recently retired general manager Ozzie Newsome of the Baltimore Ravens. You could make that argument.
Yeah.
But really, no one has a crystal ball. And the best is only a few percentage points better than the worst, I would say. So basically, you need volume. Sashi Brown and the Browns had tried that strategy, but they drafted wide receivers, which didn't make sense to me. But I felt they got a bad rap. They blamed the Browns' lack of success on Sashi Brown, when realistically, yeah, they had a bad team, but Hugh Jackson was the worst coach in NFL history, and I think that's clear as day. And not just from a result standpoint, but just his decision-making was awful. In the meantime, the Steelers are driving. Deontay Johnson got a first down.
So Dylan asked, what happens if two people tie for the shirt? Who gets it? So what we did before is we do have the over-under for the Monday Night Football game, so it's pretty rare that we're going to get a tie. But if two people
did happen,
which happened, I believe, what was it, week 3? Or
week
4?
Godfidence tied Titty T 420.
Yeah, we spun a wheel.
We break the deal, face the wheel, as they say, and Mad Max be on the Thunderdome, and that's what you do. We have a little wheel. It's fun. Everyone likes that kind of thing. That's a Big Rye idea. He's got lots of big ideas.
Sure. Jake Jacobs said Titans need to do the 2-year tank for Trevor. It's tough because that defense is just so good.
Yeah, the defense will be broken apart by the time that Trevor gets rolling, if that were to happen in a fantasy world.
I don't mind Mickey Hill's idea of doing the cage match for the T.
Love a cage match.
Maybe we could get Bloodbath to set up a good old-fashioned Royal Rumble.
We could do a Royal Rumble for it.
Simulate.
That's not bad.
And Ozzy learned his draft system from Belichick.
Yeah, well, Ozzy did work for the Browns. Well, because the Browns did become the Ravens. So people don't notice. The real Browns are the Ravens. Devlin Hodges scampers for what looks like 4 yards, and he really weird hit by Desmond King.
Jake thinks that the Titans are wasting a championship defense.
I agree.
They really are.
I completely agree.
Definitely a playoff caliber defense.
Absolutely.
But that's why they just got to ride Derrick Henry. Ride or die.
Wait, who's back up there? Was that Paxton Lynch?
Where? For Pittsburgh?
Back up for the Steelers.
What a job by
James Conner. Just made an incredible first down.
Paxton Lynch is the backup.
It was Paxton Lynch. Unreal. He was a nice bust. Another John Elway special right there. First round pick past Paxton Lynch. Out of, where did Lynch go? Was it Memphis or Michigan State? I can't remember. I think it's Memphis. I'm almost sure it's Memphis.
Yeah, I remember Paxton Lynch being signed to the practice squad. I didn't remember it being the Steelers, but it makes sense. Steelers were the team who lost quarterbacks. They needed a guy.
The nice run here. I thought it was going to go further from Snell. Why are the guys still holding him? Snell just kicked the guy, and I think he was right. Yeah, they bring in a jumbo formation. Nice job by Snell. You know what sucks kind of for the Steelers, though? They carried 3 quarterbacks, and they traded Joshua Dobbs to the Jags, and then they ended up needing him really badly. Not really badly, but they ended up needing him. Zit Vono, it seems like the NBA, almost half the league is tanking each season, but the NFL is different because high draft picks are less valuable, and it's more likely for a weaker team to make a playoff run. That is true.
The thing is with the NBA is top 5 picks are usually like a pretty big difference maker for the NBA. NFL, you need a lot more. Like, it takes longer to rebuild in the NFL than it does in the NBA.
Yeah, and with the NBA, it does this weird recruiting process now where the players have more power than the owners, and they're...
Yeah, but not for the draft.
Yeah, but I'm saying when it comes to building a team.
For free agency and stuff, but you're going to overpay for free agency stuff. You're pretty much paying guys max deals to come in the NBA.
Yeah, but they choose where they want to go, and they make these micro super teams.
Yeah.
I really don't care for it much. Not that basketball was a sport that I enjoyed.
Well, even in the NFL, if you have a super team, doesn't matter because coaching means so much.
Coaching is a big deal.
How many coaches in the league could actually do something with a very talented roster?
10 guys, I'd say.
Yeah.
Mickey Hill, I'm done with the NBA. Yeah, I can understand that.
And he saw Paxton Lynch play live in college once. He was pretty good.
Yeah, as far as college goes, I mean, if he's an NFL, I don't know if he's an NFL caliber quarterback necessarily, but someone who, if he's a first round pick in the NFL draft, he was good in college. Yeah, the
NFL, you kind of have to retool over a couple of years. The big difference between the NFL and the NBA is NFL contracts, rookie contracts, are just so much more valuable than NBA is. Because NBA usually takes a couple of years for guys to develop, whereas NFL guys can come in and help you right away. But you need like, what would you say, 30, 35 players in the NFL to be a success? Like, that's how many guys are going to be playing meaningful snaps for your team.
Yeah, but I think you need 12 good ones at 12 key positions, and that's it. Maybe 10. To go inversely on what Big Rye said about the money situation as rookies go, they changed the rules. Oh, here we go. This looks like a touchdown by James Conner. Right on, Pittsburgh. Cover, here we go.
It's looking good. I do have James Conner one of these leagues. So
yeah, I hope it push you to win. But going back to the contracts, is that used to not be this way. There was no deal as far as rookies go. Do you have a chance?
I'm favored to win now.
Fantastic. So before there was, I believe it was the Rams. They had to pay. Who was the Rams? Jason Smith, an offensive lineman. They had to pay him like $70 million, and he played like 4 games, and he was so bad. And then they had to pay Sam Bradford, and who was the other one the Rams had to pay? Basically, it was a death curse to get a higher draft pick because you had to pay him this obscene amount of money before they even took a snap. So the NFLPA and the NFL, they came up with a solution is to kind of defer that kind of money to the veterans, and then the rookies get a set amount based on draft position, which I feel is way better, but it changes your strategy so much. That makes rookie quarterbacks on a rookie deal the most valuable thing you could have, i.e. Russell Wilson is probably the best value pick in the modern NFL era, simply because Russell Wilson's deal he's a third-round pick, so he was, $500,000 at the time, $600,000, to play like someone who is worth a max deal in the NFL, if there is such a thing.
And all that money got to go into that defense, that Legion of Boom. There's a reason why those guys got to stay there and play for so long.
They were drafted too. Wagner, Sherman, Chancellor, all drafted, but they were able to keep some key guys because of the money they saved on a quarterback, right?
Yeah.
You could pay, for what you pay a quarterback, you can pay 2 elite pass rushers. And they did do that. They did. They had, why are we hurting in the Rolodex there? From Detroit?
Ansa?
D-end? No. That's now.
How long back are you talking?
We're talking Legion of Boom status.
Oh,
I don't know why I can't remember. Me of all people. He hurt his neck and he retired. Cliff Averill. Nice job, Big Rye. Big Rye's drinking his smart juice. Hello, handsome. That's what his cup says at least. You know what? Jake said that every Sunday night game seems to be a stinker, and I think this one's already is one. All of us are chatting in the chat and bouncing theories around when the Steelers are up 21-0, and it looks like a road route. You got to give. This is what we're going back to coaching. Tomlin isn't an X's and O's guy by any means, but he employs the right people to make those types of decisions. But he preps his team. A Steelers team comes to play.
I love there was rumors all week about, and I'm sure they're going to continue, about Tomlin getting signed by the Redskins.
That's not.
I don't even get how that's even a rumor.
He denied it.
He's an
active coach on the Steelers.
There's no way he was asking for that. He doesn't want to go coach in Washington. He's got a sweet gig in Pittsburgh.
He's got maybe one of the best run franchises in the world, if not just the NFL. The Rooneys do a good job. I got to give them credit.
They do an excellent.
Because look at their. Because there's a franchise you talk about, the Rooneys. How many head coaches they had? Like 6?
It's not been.
It's
very
not many. It's Tomlin. Jason Finley. Yeah, yeah, definitely. They did you a favor by being the Cowboys. But no, they had Bill Cowher, Chuck Noll. It's like I feel like it's 3. I'm missing one, I'm sure, and Mike Tomlin. But I mean, they do a lot of their work goes into hiring the right head coach, and that's the most important thing I think in football. I mean, having a great quarterback's one thing, but coaches 3 since 1970. Mickey Hill. Yeah, so I did name them all since 1970. That is
16 in history. And that's since 1933.
That's since 1933.
So since Chuck Noll started in 1969, Bill Cowher, Mike Tomlin.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing. And look at these guys' win percentages. Tomlin actually has the worst, but Tomlin also has a ring, and he does have, 2 Super Bowl appearances?
Yeah, it's a little deceiving. So this is the regular season. This is the postseason.
Oh, that's a postseason. Oh, he has the highest regular season. Sure, Chuck Noll had a couple bad ones, but
still 193 and 148 in 342.
That's fantastic.
Is really good.
And Chuck Noll had, I think, 3-4 Super Bowls. Cowher has 1.
Here we go. 4 Super Bowls for Noll.
Yeah, 4 for Noll, 1 for Cowher, 1 for Tomlin. That's
4 in 6 years.
Yeah, that team was pretty good. That's Steel Curtain days.
Oh, that was really close to being intercepted by...
Pardon me, Big Ray?
I said that was really close to being intercepted by Chicolo for the Steelers.
Yeah, they do, because the theory behind it is when the economy kind of broke down in Steel Town, Pittsburgh, a lot of people got Pittsburgh residents got transplanted all over the U.S. because everyone notices they tend to travel very well. And I'd be curious to see a really good outlook of this stadium even this evening.
So Eagles play the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football next week. Right now, 82% of bettors are on the Eagles +3. Only 18% of early bettors are on the Cowboys as 3-point favorites at home. And Jason Finley wants to know,
guy, who you early signs look to us pointing to taking the Cowboys. We kind of like those. The Eagles did get blown out essentially against the Vikings. I like our rating system has the Cowboys as a better team. I actually prefer the Eagles, oddly enough. Part of that has to do with I have kind of rose-colored glasses when it comes to Doug Peterson because, as far as the human condition, his Super Bowl coaching performance was magical to me because he did it the right way. He knew I have to beat the Patriots, so I'm going to go for it. And they went for it, and I loved it. Because that could have blown up in his face, but he was prepared to take that risk, and that's what you have to do. It's decisions, not results, especially in gambling and that business. So I do prefer the Eagles, but in this game, we'll be selecting the Cowboys, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like it.
And most of that is because the Cowboys just got embarrassed today by the Jets.
Well, it was pretty much a rout against the Vikings today, too, the Eagles.
It was, but I think more people were watching that Cowboys lost the Jets than that Eagles-Vikings game.
I'm agreeing, Mickey Hill. And when I was talking about rose-colored glasses, rose-tainted glasses, the Colts-Chiefs game I'm gonna say it might be my favorite game that I've
in recent history. Yeah,
I can remember
that entire game
because the strategy is pretty simple to power run. The D-line's tired and hurt. The thing is, you'd think it's such an easy strategy, you'd see it more, and you don't. He did it. They held the ball for 15 minutes to 2 at one point in the second half. I don't know. It's refreshing to me.
It was pretty good.
I like guys he's bearing it all, going against conventional wisdom, but he's doing the right overall game theory. He wasn't Hugh Jackson going with his gut. I can't speak to. I'm certainly hungry, Jason Finley. I can't speak to the Philly or Dallas hunger.
I think both teams have a sour taste in their mouth after what happened this week, but I think Dallas has more to prove. I don't think who's hungrier really matters when it comes to making this pick. We're always gonna side on the market. So if more people, Jason's starving. If more people are betting Philly, I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Simple as that. That was the old Amarillo Slim thing. He used to go down to like bars and stuff and find out where everyone was picking. That was his version of it. And then he just bet on the other team.
Yeah. Well, before the game, if every pundit on that early show, whatever you want to call pregame show,
if they
picks one side,
we love the other side, generally speaking.
Yeah. If Terry Bradshaw, thinks that the Chargers are going to win tonight,
I'm thinking he'll get the same haircut as Terry Bradshaw.
Mickey Hill just said that he had about a dozen buffalo wings for dinner, and that reminds me of how great that restaurant is just down the road, Hooters. Hooters, guys.
Peckers, dude. We're going to Peckers.
I'll bring up Peckers when it's open. Jeff Roblo won $80 on the Saints. They got 3 today, and he bet Seattle. They got 1. He won a total of $100 on the day. He said it was a good day.
Good for Roblo.
100,
keeping it hot.
100 in the wallet, 101 on the skin. How could it get any better for Jeff? Superman or Iron Man? I don't know. I don't know any superhero stuff. And Peckers bringing to you this second quarter is brought to you by Peckers. Oh, big drop for Mike Williams. But you know where they don't drop stuff? Even if you throw it in front of the guys, the staff at Peckers won't stop to pick it up. I learned that the hard way. No pun intended. Peckers, the #1 restaurant in the Northwest. Mike Williams should have came down with that ball. A little bit out of control. It's interesting when you see guys move at top speed and they're not able to make those plays. It's what makes guys like Tyreek Hill so impressive. There's more Mike Williams-esque, making the 3rd and 9 catch for about an 11-yard gain. Sorry, guys. I was watching. I had to miss some of the afternoon games, and I was listening on radio, and I was just laughing. The 2-minute warning brought to you by the Great Canadian Superstore. What are these guys doing? How much can you shell out? Peckers in the front, poker in the back, yeah. I got a hole on both sides of these shorts. How am I supposed to go biking anywhere? Mike Williams, 3rd target in a row on this drive. He's jacked up. Chargers look like they've found something. Steelers might have to make an adjustment, but Mike Williams has called his own sub here. I expect a running play. Yeah, just misreading the play. The Mike Hilton and Joe Hayden both came short for Keenan Allen. Run from Melvin Gordon, but Cameron Hayward beats Sam Tevi. Devin Bush is on the sidelines getting looked at. It looks like they're just taping him up, so he should be okay to get back in. Jeff said he's liking my Pittsburgh Big Ben workout room again. From the back, they all look like sisters. You're talking about the staff at Peckers? Oh, you've got a fathead Big Ben in your room? Oh, that's awesome. I bet you women are scared to go in that workout room. Can't work out in there and feel comfortable. I know I wouldn't. There'd be a lot of me grinding up against the wall, but that's for other reasons. I saw Eckler out there earlier. It just looks like he's not getting used as much. I think they're trying to get Melvin Gordon back into his workhorse, whatever it is. He's getting way more snaps this game. You need a fat guy, fathead. Can you do that? Can you make your own fatheads? Is that a thing? Maybe we could do that for the winner of the year. Whoever wins the entire contest gets a fat guy fathead. Oh, you can make your own custom fathead. At least back in 2017 you could. Eckler should get a lot of run in this second half if they're down and they have to throw the ball. Yeah, it's tough. You could trade Eckler to high, but who knows? If Melvin Gordon goes down hurt, which could easily happen. Much love, Jeff. Appreciate it. You never have to. You always do. Thank you for that donation. You won big today, so you got money to blow. And I want to know how Vegas went last week. You win any money last week in Vegas? Yeah, Gordon was an awful holdout. Some of these guys just need to play and get paid once their contracts are done. And these guys just need to take out bigger insurance policies. So if they get hurt, that won't even matter. They're still going to get paid. Someone just came up with a really good idea. Oh, thank you.
Well, they're yours.
They are? Where'd you find it?
I found it in the cupboard. I knew she hid chocolate somewhere. Thanks, Jeff. We appreciate it.
Mickey Hill says he wants a fat guy fathead. So I was saying maybe for
what? That would be hilarious, man.
Maybe for whoever wins the contest.
Oh, that's whoever wins the overall contest. Now I'm hoping it's Mickey, obviously.
Yeah.
I want to come second now.
Yeah.
They get a fat guy fathead. That's the funniest. That's the greatest idea I've heard.
We can throw the end of the year if it's that close.
If it's that close, yeah, we can throw it.
We're gonna throw
it. Yeah, that's if we know. We're so good at.
No, it's 50-50.
Yeah, 55-45. We'll take the 45s. There you go.
Every pick's 50-50.
Yeah, we can always cook the books though, eh, Big Rye?
Yeah, that's true. First people to cheat to lose.
Not the first.
Melvin Gordon's going to get hurt sooner than later if he keeps doing that. Jeff, you hit a $1,800 Royal Flush at Mirage.
I love Mirage. It's a fun casino.
A natural Royal on deuces, and next day 4 dues at Hard Rock.
That's awesome.
What are 4 dues?
Oh, I don't know. Out of that, I don't know.
Mickey Hill's asking, is this Melvin Gordon holdout the worst one in history?
Well, I don't know of the Dave Duerson one because we weren't born yet, but that seems hilarious. A guy held out for the Bears defense, and then the defense is considered probably the best ever, that 85 Bears defense, and they won the Super Bowl. So
the Chargers missed the kick.
Is that Badgley?
I don't think it is. It's like McLaurin.
Are Badgley still out?
Yeah, he's inactive tonight.
I was going to say...
That's a really good weekend in Vegas, Jeff.
Yeah. I'm happy. Jeff Roblo, one of the favorites.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else has held out recently. The holdouts are becoming more popular now. There wasn't that many before.
I'm not placing it.
There's the Le'Veon Bell one.
Which was dumb. That's right up there.
It didn't work out for him. There's been a bunch of guys who've held out for training camp and came back and played, but then got injured.
Yeah. Oh, 4 deuces. There you go.
That's pretty awesome.
So Jeff plays a little bit of video poker, it sounds like. I listen to a gambling show every week. That one of the hosts is a video poker player. It's called Gambling with an Edge, with Richard Munchkin and Bob Dancer, and they talk about a variety of gambling topics. It's actually pretty good. Although some of the guys on there, like I've read stuff that they've written, and then I heard them, and it like made me discredit almost what they wrote. Like, what was his name? Ed Miller, the poker book writer. His book was awful, and he sounded like he was full of it when I heard him.
Here we go, Mickey. We'll get something like this. They don't have the right sizes available.
What do you mean?
48 by 78 is the largest one they have.
How big is that? That's huge, man.
It's 4 feet by...
That's huge, dude.
By what?
We can't divide by 12 there, Chief?
No, I don't.
6 and a quarter.
My phone I just have to look at.
Oh, I know Todd Furman. I didn't know that he had a podcast. I'm going to listen to that then.
That name sounds familiar. I might be able to get this printed at work.
Well, why don't we get Baldy to print it?
Yeah, he could probably print it too.
Baldy would print it.
I just don't know.
Sorry, our friend has a comb over, and we call him Baldy, and he claims he isn't bald, but he does look like Bill Murray at the end of Kingpin. He does, man. Dream's dead. Oh, it's a TV show on FS1? I'm definitely going to check it out. I love stuff like that. We're at halftime, 21-0. We're eating Halloween candy. No fun for those kids on October 31st.
This would be from last Halloween, too.
Wow. The milk's gone bad on the coffee, Chris.
I wish I had more hands. Here's a candy they give you at Greek restaurant.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. You think, like, everyone thinks that I'm Greek. I just eat lamb all the time. I would.
You're an Uzo kind of guy.
I haven't drank Uzo in like...
Quit bragging.
Well, a wedding 3 years ago. I got wrecked on Uzo. That's probably the last time. Halloween candy power rankings. Interesting.
Well,
I'm more of a chocolate guy than Big Rye, I would say.
Jason said Rick and Morty is back. I don't think you watch Rick and Morty.
I don't really watch TV.
I unfortunately don't watch any Rick and Morty.
I've heard it's very good, though.
Halloween candy power ratings? I don't know. You're talking to two Canadians here. We have completely different candy than you guys do.
Oh, yeah, we have these are called Arrows. I don't know if you guys have them.
They don't. It's Canadian.
Oh, Arrow's Canadian? There you go. That Arrow is one of my favorites, this one.
Or Smarties, caramel.
Peanut M&Ms, I just had such good... I ate like a whole kilogram bag the other day. It was really embarrassing. Like my gums hurt after, but it was so good. The Eating peanut M&Ms to me like brings back going to the movies and stuff. So it just kind of, it's a nice, I don't know. There's good connotations to it, and they taste delicious. Oh, bite-sized Snickers frozen. That's a great idea. You'd get good texture to it. I'm going to be buying some Halloween candy, and that's what I'll be doing.
I've never had a frozen Snickers.
I know. That sounds like a great idea.
I do like Reese's. Reese's.
Yeah, Reese's is so good. Reese's Pieces are so good.
May surprisingly doesn't like Reese's Pieces.
Why? She likes peanut butter.
I don't.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know, that's what I said too.
How did I miss that?
It's
Gone with the wind, eh?
It's staticky. It's so bizarre. I don't get this.
I want to create electricity.
Why? Our spark's gone.
Yeah, our spark's gone.
I tried to kiss you earlier. See what happened?
Let me take a look here. See who this Canadian chick is. I bet she's decent looking. That would be my guess. Is it Rachel Bonetta? Oh, yeah, I think that is her.
Well, just like Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod, I see you took a body break in that bathroom.
That's such a Canadian joke. He got caught.
There's a Canadian chick that hosts that Lock It In show. Can't remember her name, but she's awesome.
Rachel Bonetta. Yeah, this chick's pretty decent.
Hot AF.
They have to be. You can't, like... That's just TV. I always make, like, that argument, like the way people are now is, oh, yeah, like, why you're patronizing women or whatever by having them. No. Women are nice to look at. Guys are ugly and gross. Guys are gross human beings.
Hot take.
We're meant to be like Jeeps. We carry things around. We're utilitarian.
I'm still on the fence.
Yeah, obviously you are at Peckers. You know what I realized too?
Boss Lion says, remember when he was in the lead? Those were good times. Where are you at now?
Oh yeah, that's changed.
Let's see.
Someone gave Jason Finley said he got McDonald's coupons for Halloween. What?
Yeah.
Who did that? I always remember the jerk that give you a toothbrush and you go and get that guy later.
Yeah, that's because we grew up close enough together. We went to the same places.
I was a brutal. I was wrecking fences in high school all the time.
Yeah, but how about during Halloween?
Yeah, that's true. That was on weekends. That wasn't even during Halloween. Halloween, you broke windows with firecrackers. Those were the best. Yeah, time to be mischievous.
I was too busy attending church.
Yeah, sure. You know what I realized I can do, guys? I think I've come up with a solution to climate change. Global warming, El Nino.
I'm already done. I'm just going to mute him.
So what we do is we turn off... We get Jeff Roblo to turn his hot tub off. Problem solved. Jeff, you're causing global warming, buddy.
Single-handedly, he's destroying the earth.
Yeah, the icebergs are melting or whatever, and it's Donald Trump and...
Boss Lion's worried. He's 3 games back from the lead.
What is he worried about?
I don't know. He remembers when he was in the lead. He's not that far behind.
There's how many people are in there? 150?
Let's take a look. There's 160.
160 people. Yeah, and he's in, like, what, 6th?
Yeah, tied for 6th.
Tied for 6th. What was the worst thing for Halloween? The toothbrush thing always bothered me.
Here, you guys want to hear a joke? We only had 3,000 people watch our video this week, which is below standard.
Way below. It's like half.
Half Moon. He had like over 3,000 in like a day.
In a day.
It's crazy. I don't know
Well,
what to
it's
say.
because he gets a lot more push. Maybe they don't like some of the verbiage that fat guy uses.
Maybe.
Maybe I should stop calling the Reds. I should call the Redskins Washington's team. Maybe they'll like that more.
Yeah, you got to stop saying Redskins. It's too bad I can't beep the streamer. I could have made funny jokes there.
Oh yeah, you're gonna pull an Anthony Acumia over here?
Yeah, I need a soundboard, guys. I know
You
everyone
do,
wants
yeah.
to listen.
You are OP. You are totally OP.
Is he the one that everyone hates?
Yes,
Well, I'm wrong.
he's the one that's not funny that everyone dislikes.
That sounds like me to a T.
It does. It really does. Although this morning was pretty good, I'll give you that.
Even a clock hits 12. A broken clock hits 12 twice a day.
Nice egg corn. That was so good.
Can I say?
There's a new Edward Norton movie where he plays someone with a mental issue. That's weird.
It's Ed Norton in Die Hard 8. Bruce Willis. You know his real last name is Willie?
It's Bruce Willis. All right.
See what I mean? Not funny.
You know what? I feel like watching a good movie tonight. Maybe I'm going to watch Hudson Hawk featuring Bruce Willis. It was a real good one.
Have you ever seen Lady Hawk?
Lady Hawk? That sounds like music that you listen to.
Should we listen to some Darren Hayes?
Die Hard is for sure a Christmas movie. It's a mandatory Christmas movie. If I don't see Hans Gruber storm Nakatomi Plaza, then it's not December. It's not Christmas time.
I remember CinemaSins was getting really upset when people weren't calling it a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. That and Home Alone 1 are quintessential. You have to watch those every December.
The fat guy's birthday is in December, and
So is Big Rise.
I went to his house for his birthday, and his family did a Home Alone quiz after. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that point thing. Yeah, because
we
my
had
family's very competitive.
We had to
so there's
answer 50 questions about Home Alone.
I got logged out and I logged back in and still won.
Surprise!
Yeah, weird.
I'm surprised I didn't take that home.
Yeah.
It turns out guessing on multiple choice answers doesn't work out as well as actually knowing the answer.
Guessing is not as good as knowing the answers. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, a 25% chance at getting an answer right every time is not good enough.
Did you try the alternating A/B strategy? Did you try that?
Mostly C's. Taking tests in school is such a weird thing.
That was the greatest.
Multiple choice, you could always.
The
cross
teacher
out.
was so lazy, so it'd always be multiple choice on the Scantron sheet.
Yeah. Would you, if you were a teacher, would you do anything other than?
No, I would be just as lazy as they are.
Yeah.
Cause you're just babysitting a bunch of teenagers who were complete assholes. I was a horrible teenager. You were universally liked. I'll give you that.
Wow, if times changed.
Yeah, times have changed. No one likes you anymore.
It's good.
Yeah, no, you did it.
I did it.
Mission accomplished.
What can I say?
Boom.
It usually takes people into their 40s to get people.
Yeah.
I managed to do it at the ripe age of whatever, 31, 32.
Yeah, Big Rye did a nice friend dumping. It only took a couple years.
Sometimes you just gotta let trains collide.
Yeah, nice derailing. There's another movie that I didn't care for too much.
What, Twins?
Oh, Twins is perfect. Although I make a terrible Julius, but you make a perfect Vincent. Little too hard on the hairline though.
I'm like the anti-Vincent because he hooks up with lots of chicks.
No, he does have a girlfriend though. So I mean,
I guess there's some corollary.
yeah, there's some correlation. Yeah.
I don't know if Jason Finley says no or New Orleans.
Oh, he's answering the Die Hard Christian movie. His Die Hard Christmas movie. No, I think that's completely wrong.
It's 100% a Christmas.
It's
movie.
100%. I don't know why. This is the one thing I'm going to go to bat for.
Maybe we should make the entire December a Christmas theme show.
That's so annoying. Do you know how annoying that would be?
Yeah.
That is so lame. I almost like it.
Big Lebowski and Heat's on his top 10.
Yeah, those are both in my top 10. Heat for sure. Lebowski, I watched Big Lebowski the other day. It was fantastic.
My top 10 is strange. It's like Birdemic.
Yeah, Plan 9 from Outer Space is a Big Rye favorite. Big Rye likes garbagely made movies that are so funny, so bad they're comical. Samurai Cop.
I think.
Oh, The Room.
The Room's okay.
What?
I fast forward just to watch the sex scenes.
They're hilarious. I don't know. My favorite movie is Blade Runner, though, for sure. I'm gonna go with Blade Runner. What else do I like? Oh, I like Ed Wood too.
You like all the Mad Max movies as well.
Sharknado. There you go.
Sharknado. I don't think I've ever watched Sharknado.
The Mad Max ones I wouldn't put in my top 10 though.
Really? I know you were pretty excited when that.
Oh, that movie was fantastic. Fury Road. It was really good. I've seen it like 6-7 times now.
How many of you guys go to the movies by yourself?
Way to single me out here. Probably the only one.
I called you out. You called yourself
yeah.
out.
Well, it's pretty obvious. You can't.
That's more common
people when you go with talk too much.
It's because you're.
Big Trouble in Little China is hilarious. John Carpenter, so good.
Is that an actual title?
Yeah, you've never seen it? Jack Burton? What?
I've never seen.
Oh, you're useless, buddy.
I know.
That's where like all the Mortal Kombat like characters kind of originate from.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a sweet picture of.
Yeah, they're supposed to be redoing it with The Rock instead.
John Wick's
like a fun bad movie, but
Big Trouble in Little China is underrated.
Yeah, it totally is. They're redoing it with The Rock though, and I don't like that.
I've heard the title before, but I have no clue what the movie is.
If you're gonna do that, you're gonna do Escape from New York and Escape from LA. Those are fantastic. John Carpenter ones.
Is Big Trouble in Little China like the second part of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
It's the precursor.
Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh God, I saw that in theaters.
Did you?
Yeah, me and Mac Money. We were kids.
That's pretty awesome.
It was not. Yep.
I remember that time I camped out overnight to watch Despicable Me.
You probably did. You're a girl.
Yeah, chicks love that stuff.
All right, Steelers are starting the drive. There's a clear offside, it looks like, on the Chargers, and the flag comes in a little bit late. Carry by James Conner. Pittsburgh up 21-0.
Jason Finley's so done with the PG rock.
Yeah. How could you not be?
The Rock played in the CFL, or at least tried out.
Yeah, well, he was a defensive tackle for the Miami Hurricanes behind Warren Sapp.
It's interesting.
Yeah, it is weird. First and 5. Play action. Throw it to Connor. Connor, first down. So easy. Buddy, you're going to get a lot of points with Connor.
Yeah. If he...
Well, they're up 21-0. They're in a game management style right now. He's due to get a lot of yards.
There hasn't been very much Jalen Samuels this game. It's been pretty much...
He's hurt, man.
Is he?
He's out.
Well, and that's good for me.
Snell's in. Like, it's really just James Conner's show.
He's already at 22.5 fantasy points.
That's huge.
But I do have a feeling it's going to be a lot of Snell. If this is how the game continues, it's going to be a lot of Snell. If Chargers make a little bit of a comeback, I think Connor stays in. One more Connor touchdown will pretty much seal it up for me.
All right, Jake Jacobs said Why did you say that John Hussey means Steelers cover?
Oh, I was just making jokes.
Yeah.
He
had no scientific basis for making that outlandish statement.
Yeah. Bubby Brister.
I don't actually know him. That's bizarre. I can't believe that's a name I don't know. Because that looks like a guy I should know, but I don't. I'm looking at him right now. Huge flags coming in on this 4 flags. And I guess it looks like Al Michaels had the over on flags because he seems very interested in it.
No, there's no trends. We don't follow any ref stuff at the moment. It really shouldn't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, I've considered combing through it, but I don't know if that's. I mean, would be an interesting edge because that line wouldn't be. That's not something that would affect the line, so it would be independent. So it's kind of interesting, actually. But I don't know if the.
I'm going to use a famous thing. Well, not a famous thing. Fat Guy and I were talking about it yesterday. That to think that you and I are going to know more
than the lines maker, yeah.
Yeah, about the lines makers or just how the games trend in general with the markets. That's why it's way better to follow the markets because the markets kind of tell you all this stuff without even needing to do any of the research.
Yeah, he doesn't look that good. Who wore number 6? Mickey Hill's got a good memory for 80s football. I'd have to defer to him a lot of the time. That's a good name, Bubby Brister. I like that name.
His name's Bubby?
Bubby. Mind you, that sounds like a Jewish grandma, my bubby.
Connor just got slammed by ex-Carolina Thomas Davis Sr.
Oh, his name's Walter Andrew, but everyone called him Bubby. I want to know why he was called Bubby. That's a good name. Oh, he was born in Louisiana. That says it all.
Jason saying it's a bad call. This is football peeps. That was a huge slam by Davis. His kid brother couldn't say brother, so he said Bubby. And that's why they called him Bubby.
There you go. Third and 10. Yeah, I'd be more animated about the Steelers game, but it's locked up pretty much, the cover here.
My sister couldn't say our name, so she called us yeah, and whoa.
Really?
Yeah. Which loosely translated to yes and no.
Did it. My dad just called me cocksucker. That's usually the name I got.
Wow, him and Dylan have a lot in common.
Yeah, him and Dylan do. He's been easy on me lately, these past years. Probably because he knows I could take him out pretty easy these days. Dump off to Snell. And
he wanted the leaderboard, and I don't think he wants it anymore.
What's that?
I said he was the one who requested the leaderboard.
Oh, Dabo and isn't Dabo Sweeney? Clemson coach? Yeah, Dylan was the one who requested the leaderboard, and yeah, exactly. He didn't like where he is on there.
You got the time Wednesday to put a video together for
power
rankings?
Yeah, this is my project for the next 3 days.
Power rankings are going to be pretty easy.
It will be. Let's do a quick one though. I don't want to bust. I do. Most of the show is done throughout.
Yeah.
Like the pick video, I don't want to rehash the same things I've said. You know what I mean? So maybe make it a little bit funny.
Yeah, I think more entertaining.
More entertaining than anything, yeah. Another offside. Free play for the Steelers. Hodges is getting like the easiest first start I can think of, the way this game's turning out.
Yeah, it's been good. The Steelers have done an excellent job.
They're on their third quarterback. Yeah.
He wants to see more analysis, more game theory.
That's what tonight we're going to probably talk about, because the market stuff and the game theory stuff is what we originally worked on a lot. We spent a whole summer, and I was showing Big Rye my findings, and then Big Rye kind of expounded on them. But we always thought it was like some secret we shouldn't share it with anybody, because that was a big chunk of how I was. That was part of my income, was betting on sports. A little bit more so than it is now. I have a lot of other side gigs, but we're open to sharing it. We just want to figure out what's the most interesting way to display this, and we don't. This content's not really out on the internet too, so. And I think we're qualified, because despite the goofy nature of how we are, we do have a lot of experience combing through that type of stuff. I've probably read more gambling books than any human, I'm going to guess.
Possibly.
It's got to be up there. It's in the hundreds, so.
Between you and I, you've read a lot more.
Yeah, well, you don't read. You can't read, barely.
That's all I got to go off of. Yeah, Mickey, we're I don't want to say we're struggling, but we're just trying to find
our footing.
What our niche would be if we start putting out multiple videos every week. Like even these live streams, we plan to do them start to finish, like every Thursday, every Sunday from 10 a.m. Pacific time all the way till the end of Sunday Night Football. But it's just too much.
Too much dead air.
Yeah, like
it's less interactive than this one is. What does game theory mean, seems Jake Jacobs? The theory behind how to come up with like an optimal strategy for a game. So what you do when you're doing that, coming up with like a model, is you take a complicated game and you break it down into toy games. That's usually how you do it. It's the best way of going. Like oddly enough, I broke the code on like Monopoly this summer because we were playing for money with some people, so pretty reasonable amount of money. So I spent like a few days trying to break Monopoly, and believe it or not, there is optimal strategy to playing Monopoly. So it's really just about finding optimal strategy. The thing about betting on football is it's like one of the hardest things to do, because you never know if you're right.
Yeah, and I think Fat Guy kind of put it the simplest way possible is game theory is just a fancy way of saying like optimal strategy.
Optimal strategy.
So what's the best way to win? We kind of, it's interesting because it's something that him and I always talk about, is like strategizing and just winning whatever type of competition you're going into. But it's something that we need to do better as far as getting that content across and finding those things to talk about.
But we've been tentative about it, because we've been trying different stuff, and we figure that this is we're appreciative of you guys, because you guys are pretty loyal fans and very supportive, and we want more people like you, like the morons that go, oh, you took the Patriot, or you bet against the Patriots, you're an idiot. Those people offer no value to them, and us, we don't offer no value to them. They have no value to us. So I mean, they're gonna watch our stuff, or they'll trash us. We don't care, couldn't care less. But we want to find content for people that would be interested in that type of thing. We want to connect better, so more people like the Mickey Hills of the world, that would work better for us. And I think content like that is probably the best way of doing it.
Jason asks, COD or TC Breakpoint?
I'm assuming Call of Duty. I stopped playing video games when I was a teenager, and I gave them up for poker. I will say this, though. Call of Duty 1, they used to have something called Cal. They still have Cal. It's like the gaming tournaments for money, and I played in the final of the Cal Invitational. So this sounds lame, but when I was 16, I was a top 20 Call of Duty player in the world. But there was only 300,000 players in Call of Duty 1. Now there's like 40 million. So it's way less of a feat. And yeah, so I guess Call of Duty, but I don't play video games anymore. Big Rye does a little bit.
Yeah, I still play quite a bit, but I play nerdy games. So
yeah, he plays nerdy fantasy girl games.
Yeah,
he's definitely a bottom. Let's put it that way. Although I played Medieval 2 Total War for like 12 hours on one day.
Yeah, that's a sweet game.
That game is sweet.
Ginger or Mary Ellen?
Oh, you don't know? It's Gilligan's Island.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm going ginger all the way, man. That was the whole... I like the Flash. I like a sassy woman, all right?
Now I gotta find out. I gotta Google this stuff.
I love old stuff. I'm such an old soul. I would be down with rebooting Gilligan's Island. I don't know why, but I would.
There's not enough reboots. There's just not.
3rd and goal from the 2.
I'll go Mary Ellen to be...
Contrarian. Oh, bad snap. Bad snap. Throw it away. Good job, Devlin Hodges. That was a good play by Devlin Hodges.
That was a good play. Batwoman or Catwoman? That's easy.
I don't know what the difference is. I haven't watched a superhero thing in forever. I like how Jason Finley's trolling us for answers, but it's working.
Yeah. I'd always pick...
Yeah, we don't know anything about superheroes. Have you even watched a Batman movie before?
No, I watched the TV show when I was a kid.
Yeah, I did like that TV show too.
I'd take...
Wow, kick almost blocked. 3 points up more for the Steelers. This is route is officially on 24-0.
I'd take Alfred. That's my choice.
Yeah, Alfred Pennyworth.
I don't know.
You like an older gentleman?
I don't mind my men a little older. Did we watch TWD?
I don't know what that is. Loving the trolling from Fit Finley over here.
Walking Dead. No.
No.
Didn't watch Walking Dead.
I don't really watch TV, I gotta be honest. Do you watch any? You watch TV?
I didn't watch...
Do you watch TV at all, though? Like,
no, I pretty much only watch sports or, like, the weird comedies.
Yeah, the weird comedies we like.
We're
like Adult Swim people, so...
Which is surprising because we were talking about Rick and Morty earlier, which we don't watch.
Yeah, oddly enough.
Mickey Hill gave up on The Walking Dead. Jake Jacobs still sweating the under. What was the over-under?
He got 42.5, I believe.
It's still very much in play. But we'll see. The Chargers haven't touched the ball yet the second half.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for them to...
They're going to have to air it out. I actually don't mind the Chargers in 4 wide sets. The problem is they don't have protection. They're too weak at tackle. That tackle problem, you spotted it, would be so detrimental.
It's tough. It's just tough. It's the same thing as the Browns.
I'm surprised you didn't take the season under for them.
Yeah, it's...
Because it's an unfixable problem, having bad tackles. And it's something the public's not aware of, about the disparity in bad offensive linemen.
Yeah, the tough part is that Oakland and Denver in that division, which Oakland at the start of the year wasn't exactly thought of as a scary team. Neither was Denver. The Chargers were 1 win behind Kansas City for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the over-under was. It was either 8.5 or 9.5 for the Chargers. And I got a feeling it was 8.5.
I think it's 8.5.
8.5 makes it a little bit tough.
Yeah.
That team could win.
If there's juice on the under, I'd like 8.5 under. I would have.
Yeah. It's easy to say now.
Yeah. Hindsight 2020 and all that cliche.
We need to broaden our horizons. It's tough. We spend a lot of time researching all this football stuff that cuts out on a lot of the other things.
A lot of time reading. It was weird. We're I don't know. We're I don't know. We're nerds. Like, is that the best way to put it?
Well, there's things that we really like. We're not the average guy. You're not going to find us watching too much of the same stuff.
Yeah, Kevin Hart.
Oh, Kevin Hart is hilarious, man. I love Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
He's that black guy, right?
The short... No, he's a little person. No, they like to be called midgets.
They have Kevin Hart has a brand new commercial where he's grocery shopping and like trying to reach stuff.
Oh God! Like we get it. You're short, man. Good for him, man. I don't. I'm not knocking a guy for making an honest living, but like
he almost died a couple weeks ago. Something happened to him. He got in like a car accident or something.
Oh, I'm glad he's all right.
That Tyreek Hill catch today was crazy.
Really good.
That first touchdown catch. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it.
So
I didn't realize that there was a flag on the play, and that's why Mahomes threw it. But for him to make that play over the top and then still score that was supreme. Tyreek Hill's been arguably the top 3 receiver in the last 2 years. It's pretty good.
Anthony Lynn said something interesting. No choice but to play with what we have. That's in reference to his offensive line, who we highlighted at every point this year is a big problem, especially on the bookends at tackle. So they're going to get a 3rd and short scenario here, and I don't have confidence in the Chargers right now, and nor should I.
Well, the Chargers on offense used to be able to control the clock.
Yes,
with what they did last year, so it makes it a lot easier on the defense. But if the defense is out on the field for 70, 80 plays, yeah, just a bunch of short jokes from Kevin Hart.
I could do the same about you.
Yeah,
I could fit you in my suitcase.
If I just talk a little bit faster,
yeah,
I get really upset.
Talked about struggle. Yeah, that'll win him over. 3rd and 2. Oh, ball batted down by T.J. Watt, who's becoming a focal point of the Steelers' defense.
Him and Bud Dupree have grown into these roles.
Yeah, Watt is superior, though. Bud Dupree, though, got better. He did get better. That play design sucked.
Well, that play design relies on Rivers having to change the angle so he can get that ball out. Yeah, Rivers isn't going to get
it. Almost a block punt. I like block punts. That's a favorite of mine.
Tomorrow's game is going to be exciting. Detroit at Green Bay.
Yeah, I'm into that one. Let's go Lions.
And it's looking like it's going to be a Detroit bet tomorrow.
I need 45 points from Rodgers to win in one of my leagues, though.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, you could say that about a lot of quarterbacks, though, Jake. I mean, given the right situation, he's one of the 10 or 12 that can actually is able to do it.
And
he hasn't.
You have to remember that the Chargers were the best team in the league for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, he was on one of those teams, but he was not. He wasn't mature enough. LaDainian Tomlinson blames the GM because he thinks that with Drew Brees they would have won the Super Bowl. He's confident, but that's hindsight 2020. I'll go back to that cliche, but
didn't they win 14 games one of those years? They got the
14 and 2, and they buy and lost, and then they fired Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, that was too bad. It's too bad Schottenheimer still isn't all there. I think he's got Alzheimer's now.
Oh, that's unfortunate. His son's the O coordinator for the Seahawks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Brian Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
Rivers is always frustrated.
Marty Ball, absolutely.
That was the team that I fell in love with when I first.
Yeah, that was a big Rye favorite back then.
That team was a lot of fun to watch, specifically LaDainian Tomlinson. Even got to go down to San Diego, watch a game, which was really nice. Back in their heyday. I'm like thinking back, it's like, yeah, Antonio Gates, the guy was playing last year. You can't even say that he was a hero from the past. Interesting.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Guys,
that's a great commercial.
Anusol Plus. I'm gonna maybe need that after I visit.
Anusol, that's how they say it.
Anusol, huh? It's a little different than what I would say.
Yeah, they did lose to the Pats, Mickey Hill.
It'd be interesting to go back and watch some of those games to see what.
Well, remember that highlight you sent me of Tomlinson? I thought that was a career thing, and it was his highlights were from 1 year. They're incredible.
Yeah. Mickey said it was in the divisional round.
Yeah. So the bye, they would have got a bye, and there you go.
more Snell and more Connor. It's going to be pretty much all the same from the Steelers. We'll get to hear Al Michael's thoughts on the over-under. Oh, Jason Finley wants your chick, Mount Rushmore.
Oh, Charlotte McKinney for sure.
Yeah, Ruth Ginsburg.
Yeah, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. B. Arthur. I like some B. Arthur.
You know that B. Arthur's mom on Golden Girls was actually a year younger
Yeah,
than her?
my dad. That's my dad's favorite trivia.
Is
He
it?
tells me every time that it's on.
You like how I knew that?
I don't know how you knew that. Did he tell you that?
No.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton for sure. For sure.
Yeah. Sarah Palin's ugliest daughter.
Sarah Palin's, super ugly.
I don't even know. Betty White.
Betty White.
Surprisingly never good looking.
Rose McGovern.
Who was the other Golden Girl? Was it Rose McGovern?
There's Rose McGovern, B. Arthur, Betty White, and I
think
can't
it was-
remember the...
Rose McGovern was like...
She was like the sassy one.
Pretty good looking.
She had sex with a guy till he had a heart attack in one of the episodes. I don't know why I know a lot about the Golden Girls. Oh, it's not Rose McGovern. It's Rose... that was a character's name. I think. It's Rose... I got it mixed up. Well, thanks for being a friend. Rue McClanahan. I always say Rose McGovern. Why? It doesn't even make sense. Rue McClanahan. That's the one. Yeah, she played Blanche Devereaux. Yeah. Yes. I don't know why I say Rose McGovern. It doesn't even make sense. Her character's name was Rose. Yeah, Rue McClanahan. There you go. Like, we have to really fill the dead time. This game is 24-0. And the Steelers have the ball again. This game is so done. Every Sunday night's been a stinker. Oh, here we go. Oh, I thought he was going to get out further, James Conner. He seems to be taking it a bit easy these days.
Yeah, you're not really going to get a Mount Rushmore for chicks from Fat Guy and I.
I don't know. For me, if they have blonde and big tits, that'll do it. B. Arthur is a closet freak. Really? That's funny.
Let me Google that.
You don't know who B. Arthur is?
No. I'm going to Google that she's a closet freak.
It's right there. Beatrice Arthur on the left.
Yeah, I know.
Huh. Connor, 3rd and 13. Connor is going to come up just short. I'm curious if they're what the plan's going to be here.
Next Sunday, Philly at Dallas.
Oh, here we go. They do another story about overcoming the cancer. I got it.
Well, it is Cancer Awareness Month, or whatever it usually was. I guess they cured cancer now that that's done.
Oh, man. Just if they spend enough time in Jeff Roblo's hot tub at 102, all the germs will die. Oh, muffed and recovered by the Steelers.
Fumble!
This couldn't go any better, this game, for the Steelers. They annihilated the Chargers.
It's going pretty well. Pretty rare you see a muff punt off a fair catch. Oh, I don't think this is going to stand. The Steeler guy threw his hand into his chest when he was catching it. Watch this. If this stands, that's going to be unreal. That was like Such a sneaky good play. But once it touches the guy's hands, you can touch the ball, right?
No, he has to complete. You have to have the opportunity to make the catch. I don't know what that means though. In how they would, I don't know how their version of what that means. If that makes any sense.
Is that what they're talking about on the?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mickey's thinking they might review this one. I guess any turnovers reviewed. I'd be surprised if this stands. They call a flag on this play.
The Chargers are getting the ball, and going back to what Mickey Hill said, they're booing a lot in the stands, like, so that might be indicative of, how it could be half and half. Steelers fans to
Steelers always travel well.
So that's what we brought up earlier.
Yeah, I forgot to touch on that earlier when Mickey was saying that. The Steelers fans always travel well, especially more on the East Coast, but it's surprising if in LA they've got 50% of the stadium. It's impressive.
Yeah, but that's because, like, it also helps when you're successful. Like, there's a lot of Pats fans where we live. You know what I mean? I only know one that's actually a good Pats fan, but
the Jake Jacobs pretty happy. That's a pretty.
That is good for the under. Yeah, that is big. We're rooting. That's our what we're rooting for now is no more points. How did the Steelers defense turn it around, man? They used to be terrible. They still have a bad secondary, though.
It's just hit and miss. Game to game, it's just different. I feel like they always start slow and then become a good
the
team.
Patriots game's a write-off. They were just terrible. Is that a cat?
No, it's my chair.
I was like worried.
After the stream, I gotta fix your video. It's like jumping around different colors.
What, my camera?
Yeah.
No, that's just my makeup. It's a chameleon makeup.
No, these webcams have like a specific setting where it like auto adjusts color.
Oh, so you have to set it to something and leave it?
Yeah. So because you got the green screen behind you, it keeps picking up different spots on the.
He said Google search Football Nation map. I think I've seen that before.
You gonna pull it up? That's for NCAA.
I like how you're better at Googling than I am.
No, I just saw you struggling, so let's take a look.
It's a broad term here. It's a lot of territory that Minnesota's covering, but those aren't densely populated areas.
Cowboys have the most counties. Seahawks have the most land area.
Oh.
Chiefs have the most out-of-state counties. San Francisco dominates California.
And that makes sense. Here we go. Rivers steps up in the pocket with his weird throwing motion. Keenan Allen makes a catch.
Devin Bush with a nice cheap shot to the back of the
Yeah,
head.
that's what you do, though. Allen doesn't look happy about this. Flag coming late. John Hussey and a Huss.
It's pretty cool when you have like spots of Oregon and Nevada and have Steelers fans in them.
Oregon and Nevada. Oh, they got Devin Bush for taunting.
Did they?
Yeah. Maybe he said there's a certain word that they use. Maybe he said that word.
Live, love, laugh.
Yeah, that's what he said. Another flag. Vince Williams in the coverage, surprisingly, on Hunter Henry. He did a good job. He was step for step with him, I guess. Holding on the Chargers. This game is dragging. Every time we stream one, we're hoping for an exciting one. I only got blessed with the 1 week with the Chiefs Colts.
I could care less, guys. Could be a good game, could be a bad game. Any time with the fat guy's a good time.
Yeah.
What would you say? Makes no sense.
What? I show well. I
guess
keep.
That's good radio, right? Yes, and?
Yeah, yes, and yeah.
So I was kissing these 4 guys on the lips.
Hey, it is Jocktober.
Yes, and? Who calls it Jocktober?
Oh, that was an old Opie and Anthony thing where they used to find the worst radio hosts in America, and they'd play their stuff on there, and it was all about yes and stuff.
Jocktober is an excellent.
That's what they called it. So they wanted to find these shock jocks or whatever.
Also, like
with really corny humor.
It's like the lamest nickname too.
What?
People who talk on radio get called jockeys.
Nice hit.
There's that Austin Eckler appearance. That 70s show, Mom, or Miss Brady? I'll take Miss Brady. I've seen that 70s shows, Mom. I guess it depends on which mom.
Carol Brady for the win.
Mickey didn't even hesitate.
Yeah. Mickey had a few knuckle shuffles in his prime to the Brady Bunch. Yeah. Florence Henderson. Yeah, that's a for sure. Captain Mia Farrow in 6th place. Rivers with a completion to Hunter Henry. Good. At least it's good to see Henry playing.
What was that girl who played Sloth in the Goonies?
The girl who played Sloth? Is John Matuzak. He played for the Raiders.
Oh, really?
He did. I think you knew that.
First cross trainer.
Martha Plimpton was the girl in the Goonies. That was one of them. I can't remember the other one. Carrie Green. There you go. Got it. Nailed it. And Josh Brolin's in that movie, which is bizarre.
Do you think you could poke a guy in the eye with your pecker through a football helmet?
Oh, easy.
Easy?
Only if they're wearing those punter helmets where it's got the
the 1 bar?
Yeah. Why do they have them like that?
I'll show you. Miss B would make me beat it like it owed me money.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, guys are gross. We're all like that. Just pigs.
Yeah, we're a bunch of guys.
Yeah, the punter football helmet. Like, why did it have the one bar? I don't know the reasoning behind that. Like, why even have that helmet? Like, what purpose does it do? Oh yeah, that Browns punter was hilarious looking. What's the reasoning?
Well, it says the single bar face mask is extinct because a guy whose middle name is Darwin couldn't survive last season.
What?
Scott Darwin player, the veteran punter, will go down as the last single barista. He was grandfathered in with...
Single barista? Is that what he called him? Who's this writer? Does his car run on Steam?
It's Tim Graham on ESPN.
Yeah, it's real clever.
Yeah. Really playing off to the audience who reads ESPN.
Oh, it's so funny. I used a pun.
Google search goalie with no mask.
Oh, there's lots of...
We're much more familiar with that.
Yeah, we know a little bit of that.
The,
Who wore the first mask in hockey? Jacques Plante, I think. Because he had like a really bad busted nose. Gump Worsley was my favorite goalie that didn't wear a mask. And the Gary Cheevers mask with the stitches all over it, that was a cool one. Boston Bruins. Terry Sawchuk didn't wear a mask either. They didn't back then. Did Martin Brodeur break all of Terry Sawchuk's records?
I think so.
Is there anyone close? Like, what about Henrik Lundqvist?
No.
You need like 5 more
I
years?
think Luongo was the closest.
Oh, really?
He retired.
Oh, potential touchdown for the Chargers. Catch made out of bounds by Travis Benjamin. The Chargers are this is done.
Yeah, someone made a mask that replicated all of Terry Sawchuk's scars.
Terry Sawchuk was tough, man. That's the Gary Cheever mask one I was talking about.
There was one that was more recently done that...
Rivers gets sacked. This is just a sad game. Anthony Chickalo's probably going to get credit for it. It's 3rd down in the red zone for the Chargers.
Oh, forget Booger McFarland. Check out this guy.
Who's that?
I don't know.
He's got to be a football. Oh, he's a hockey goalie.
Yeah. Chuck Bednardic.
Oh, yeah, he's a football player. Oh, nice play by Joe Hayden. He tips the ball.
I've bet a little bit of hockey, but hockey is one of the tougher sports to bet.
Yeah.
There's hockey's one of the more random sports.
Higher variance is what he means.
Yeah. And the market factors are a little bit less prominent. It's actually probably better to go with the grain in hockey. Kind of like UFC is the same. It's better to go with the grain just because there's not that much volume bet on it. Mickey Hill knew he's an Eagles linebacker back in the 60s. We'll see if the Chargers can put up some points here. Chase McLaughlin, who I definitely mispronounced earlier.
I made one really big hockey bet 8 years ago, and that was the last one. So I got a tip from somebody, though, the guy who kind of mentored me as far as gambling goes. He was a very successful gambler. He still is. So it's 24-3 after the Chargers settle for a field goal that seems needless.
Some of these like live lines are crazy. Like San Jose is up 2-0, 13 minutes into the game, and you can bet Calgary to come back and win it plus 429.
It's over 4-1.
Yeah.
In hockey, that doesn't seem that unreasonable.
It's not.
And they got Johnny Gaudreau. They could do it, man.
Well, the fact that they're minus 824 on the other side, like that's a lot of.
Why would you lay that much? And how is the commission gap that huge?
That's what I'm saying. The commission that's pretty substantial. I don't like how they show the live betting. I wish they didn't do that. I'd rather just see what the line was. But you could get San Jose at minus 123 right before close. But yeah, Jason, I used to follow hockey close enough where I was betting on games, but
Big Rye broke fantasy hockey, though. He had a very unconventional strategy that... How many times did you win? Like 3 of 4 or something?
I think I was 4 out of 5.
4 to 5 leagues you won.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Hockey was different, though. His strategy was so OP.
Well, these weren't if you're just doing points or goals, then yeah, it's going to be pretty much random who wins. But the leagues were structured differently where you could take advantage
Of guys playing more games than others.
Yeah, and like depending on goalies got twice as many points as regular players. So if you could cycle through goalies, but you could only start 2 goalies, there's a lot more to it. But when you're the only one with strategy or using game theory as
a weapon,
then it makes a big difference. Just depends who you're playing against. If you're playing against a bunch of guys that are square, then you're always going to have an advantage no matter what you're doing. And then they had the I forget what the leagues are called, where it's like there's 20 categories and you got to win at least more than the other player to win your week. Those ones were just silly for hockey. But that's because goals, assists, points only counted as 1 each, where you could get guys like with hits and face-off wins and plus minus, like categories that were a lot easier to predict than goals and assists.
What is stinker? Just bizarre.
Well, you figure there'd be some fight from the Chargers offensively, but like Mickey Hill's got them ranked. The Pittsburgh defense showed up and played well. Even though they're 1-4 on the season, it's been impressive.
Steelers only have 1 win. Yeah.
Yeah. This is good for my Steelers division bet.
Yeah. Ravens won, though. Browns lost, though.
Yeah, the Ravens are the only team they have to win.
The Ravens are going to win that division, I think.
Most likely. They're, I'm sure, favored to win it.
I gave Dub G minus 130 on the Browns to win the division.
That's probably not going to happen.
Isn't that funny? This is before any of the lines came out. That's what we settled on, and then it opened at minus 130. That's not funny. It's actually pretty standard.
Well, it's good handicapping.
Yeah.
But you and I both agree that they weren't minus 130.
No. We thought that was what the public line was. We're overrated. They're showing Devlin Hodges duck calling. Like, come on.
Devlin Hodges has played really well in this game.
It's been pretty simple though.
But he's getting it done. He's making the right reads. He's getting rid of the ball. He's not taking sacks.
The Chargers are listless though. This game's done.
I'd take a run at Amy Hodges, that's for sure, guys.
Now they're talking about a duck hunting trip. Come on, guys. They're trying to fill the dead air like we are.
We've been talking about Golden Girls for the last half.
Yeah, I know. And how I sure like to have a lady in my bedroom, especially B. Arthur.
Yeah, she's a real freak. According to Mickey Hill.
I don't think he's wrong.
He might be going off experience.
He might be. A gentleman never kisses and tells, though.
It makes you think. You never saw this beating coming? Are you talking about Mickey Hill? Or are you talking about the game?
Oh, interception.
What an interception.
That was awesome. Who was that?
That should be a flag on the Chargers player for throwing Johnny Holton off the... That was excellent.
That was awesome.
Something Jenkins.
Sean Jenkins. So he's a member of what they call the Jack Boys. That's what they called their... they decided the Chargers secondary decided that's what their nickname was going to be.
Rayshawn Jenkins. Wasn't that Quan Alexander and the San Francisco 49ers linebackers? Or those are the Hot Boys?
The Hot Boys. These are the Jack Boys. What a stupid name. How do they come up with stuff like that?
I believe Missy Elliott came up with the name Hot Boys.
Sounds like a song you would enjoy.
I guess I can't be showing that kind of stuff.
Probably not.
Ooh. Well.
Jerky Boys. Yeah. I actually watched the Jerky Boys movie this week, like for the 10th time. It's so stupid, but it still makes me laugh how ridiculous it is. Those were some epic phone calls. The 6-part flower shop is my favorite. Look at Mickey Hill Road. He won't work it with an E.
The South Park Missy Elliott thing?
Yeah.
Always.
That is so funny. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can play that. It's only like 7 seconds.
Oh, and then isn't it like a taco that put the sound on? Can they hear it?
Yeah. Pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Jerky Boys, Fat Boys, mark it.
Holy, is this game dragging? 24-3, Chargers have the ball. Let's see if they can get a score. I hope they don't for Jake Jacobs' sake, but Rivers with a bomb. Oh. Benjamin had 3 players in the area.
I still find it strange that Phillip Rivers takes a bus into work every day, like a 2-hour bus ride.
Yeah, I think it's longer than that, but yeah.
Just doesn't seem like the most efficient use of your time.
He's like John Madden.
Why would Matt?
He's afraid of flying.
That's why he had that bus.
Yeah. First down for the Chargers. It's pretty quiet in the stadium.
Yeah, Rivers. Yeah, he does have a weak pullout game, but he does have a better memory than Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah, because at least he knows the names of his kids. The new one.
I got a 2-year-old, and I got my other 2-year-old.
I know a guy that got, I think it's 8 or 9 different girls pregnant, like in like a short period of time, and then he got a vasectomy, and he still got someone pregnant.
It's impressive.
Yeah, Potent Steve.
Potent Steve.
Yeah.
It's weird how you even keep a name like Steve after that.
Yeah, like you're just
You're just potent at that point.
yeah.
Like you're gonna get him mixed up with somebody else that's potent.
Yeah.
Wisenhunt hasn't had a very impressive
Head coaching career?
yeah, like ever since then it just hasn't been good for him. Chargers tank.
No, they're just not doing well.
They'll be 2-4. They'll still probably finish around 8-8.
Yeah. Flag coming in. This is probably holding by the Steelers.
It's gonna be tough for Rivers to win a Super Bowl.
It's not going to happen.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. Who is the backup in LA?
Oh, Cardell Jones, Geno Smith.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor and Easton Stick.
Oh, they have Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah.
Oh, they got rid of Cardell Jones and Geno Smith. They got Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah.
Ty God is borderline starter.
But I don't think it's Rivers that.
He's not the issue, yeah. But if you could dump Rivers, get him to retire, and then use that money on other stuff, it would be helpful, like perhaps a tackle. What a play. That might be Juke of the Year, eh?
Yeah, there's no way he should have gotten that, but Mike Williams got it done.
Mike Williams making people miss.
Oh, what a play.
Well,
huh?
This play might be play of the year start to finish.
Yeah.
He gets a pancake on Bud Dupree by chipping him from the side. Then he shakes a guy out of his pants and gets a first down. That was impressive.
I don't know how this defensive back didn't pick this off. I want to say a touchdown makes this game interesting, but there's no way the Chargers
There's
scored
no
3
way this
touchdowns
game is
in
done.
8 minutes.
They're chanting defense in the stadium.
Makes sense.
What? Yeah, but it's a road game. Virgil Green with a first down. They are driving 4-yard line. They're running a hurry up here.
TikTok is right, Jason. Just killing time.
Anthony Chiquillo. He should cut that hair. Maybe it'll be a Samson effect. It's fourth quarter. This game's pretty much done. It's 24-3. The Chargers have a good chance of getting a touchdown, but it's not going to change much. There's, I think, 7 minutes left. Well, Jake Jacobs got it at 42.5. I'm not sure what it actually is. There has been great D by the Steelers. Oh, pass deflected. And I actually think it was from Cam Sutton. I actually think that was offensive pass interference, too. There's 7:19 left.
What's going on, BLK Ice?
Black ice.
There you go.
Black ice loves cocoa.
Got 3rd and goal now for the Chargers.
Can you get it?
They call it incomplete. Now they called it a touchdown.
Yeah, cool, ref. Real good.
He did get both feet in. That was actually pretty impressive. Really good play from Hunter Henry. So this makes it a 2-possession game. Chargers down 14 with 7 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock. They're going to need to have some sort of defensive turnover or a 3-and-out. To get back into this game to have a chance. But with how they played defensively, I don't see them slowing down the Steelers to even get the ball back fast enough. Going to have to kind of sell out on the run. Just a bad week, Jason? Why you say that? Yeah, for sure. I can definitely do that, Zit. Here's this week's leaderboard. And then I'll post the second one's a link to the overall. Yeah, that's it. No problem. I'm trying to, we're just trying to listen. Whatever you guys say or want, just trying to double down and put that all together. I forget what the program's called. I think it's Nightbot, something like that. It would just send you guys updates like once every half an hour or so. We can send link updates or really anything we want. That's a good idea. So Steelers have 113 yards on the ground, 30 carries, 1 touchdown. Being able to run the ball like they have is such a huge advantage. That's an impressive stat. Since 1990, Devlin Hodges is going to be the only quarterback to start a game and win other than Ben Roethlisberger. The interesting part is they've only had 8 guys start games since 1990. That's insane. Yeah, Jake's hoping to run that clock out. You're at 34 right now. It's pretty safe. You really need... Well, the Steelers could still put up a field goal. Third and 8 for Pittsburgh at the 5-minute mark. Touched by an angel.
Yeah, you definitely look like Roma Downey.
Another woman on our pantheon.
Yeah, Roma Downey, absolutely.
So Steelers will be punting. Failed to convert on that 3rd and long. But they get to run the clock down. There's going to be just under 4 minutes left by the time this is all said and done.
Nice time management on that. Decent ball security there. Not very LaShawn McCoy-esque.
Even what's funny about that is even with the amount of time left on the clock, he took like 10 extra seconds off the clock with that return.
He's trying to make it, man. We better have good audio for the video tomorrow, or this guy who said he was paying our way 2 weeks ago, he might not listen to us. Thanks for backing us up on that one, Mickey, from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, we got the lines tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll have the lines. It's looking like a bet. There's been already a reverse line movement. The fat guy hates us getting worse lines, but
I hate getting worse points. It always makes me really mad. But I'd rather be on the. It's still positive EV.
Today's going to be 4-2 betting wise, which is nice. 2 units up, always a good thing.
Always good. Oh, that guy was a D-bag. That was like hilarious. He just he thinks that we're making all this huge amount of money doing this on YouTube. We're actually paying to do it currently right now, but it has growth potential, and we're happy with the results we have. So there's no regrets on this end, that's for sure.
No regrets. Rivers will score in less than 2 minutes and make it interesting. Zitvono saying it's been a good week so far.
Oh, I'm glad for you. We didn't fare so well, I don't think. 8 and 5 is awesome. Yeah,
really good.
You know what I like too? Touching on 8 and 5 is reading a book. I can't even remember. It's by Richard Epstein, Gambling and Statistical Logic, and there's an interesting line in there. I don't have it verbatim, but he speaks about how people are more opinionated about probability, which is something they know. They're more opinionated on things that they know the least about, in particular probability. And people think like 8 and 5 isn't good. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, 8 and 5 is not good. Well,
Zitvono out of the top 50 people has the best win percentage at 62.7.
Could you repeat that, please?
I said out of the top 50 people in our contest, as far as wins are concerned, overall wins, Zitvono has the best winning percentage at 62.7.
That's fantastic. I really hope you're gambling. It's good. I hope you're punting. We want you to bang the book. Get them for all they got. That's the purpose of this show. And I'll be honest. I think that the people following us on this theory, or at least thinking in these terms, oh, an interception just got dropped. People that think in a contrarian style are generally better off, and it's a good. To me, it's like a great filter. You know what I mean? The ones that follow the advice and they stick to it, and they're not results based week to week, they will benefit. It's just it's a fact. Yeah, do a toy game the whole year, Zitvono. Do a toy game. Understand it. Like I said, you should. There's that Stanford Wong book. You should really read into it, because it's a total business. Take what money you have that you can afford, put it off to the side, and make a unit size and keep consistent. You know, it's enjoyable. It's one of those things that's enjoyable, kind of like, cooking. There's a product at the end of it. Your labor is definitely respected, but you have to respect the money, and you have to have good bankroll management. We'll be having videos like that. Big Rye is a master of bankroll management. So Rivers with a nice completion to Moore. Jason Moore. No, he was in the practice squad, so
Jason's still counting down as these seconds tick off. Jason Moore, not a player I'm familiar with.
Me neither.
Rookie.
He's a rookie on the practice squad. You're not supposed to, Big Rye. Oh, Gordon gobbled up.
These players, well, they get a flag, they get bailed out, but those are the worst plays you can have. You'd much rather have an incompletion at that point
than wasting the clock. McCullers is huge.
He's a big boy.
Daniel McCullers, isn't he like 3?
Mickey suggests to put some recommended reading on our video page.
Absolutely.
I'm starting to take notes on what everybody's
What
saying.
everyone says, good.
Interesting that it copies over.
Yeah. To be honest, we really like Jacksonville and Cleveland. The Rams game was whatever. We like Denver. But yeah, and that's the best part is like we're down for being for disagreements. We want to learn too, because this is another thing too is we get to cast a wide net. And someone like yourself who's doing so well, we can kind of, I mean, your sample size is really small, but we can look where we differ. Like we have that data. So this contest is a powerful learning tool. There is survivorship bias because there's so many entries that someone is bound to overrun expectation, and someone's groups of people are bound to go under expectation. But there is learnable stuff here. That's not good. Mike Williams looks to be... He's at least roughing it out.
He'll be back.
Yeah. But, I mean, if this was Kiki QT, they'd have to get the stretcher out.
That is true.
Sorry, I have a hate on for Texans wide receiver Kiki QT because he doesn't play through any injury. I only play if I'm 100%, and I find that interesting. You shouldn't even be playing then. You're going to be banged up every week. Here we go. Rivers with a dump off to Eckler. How is Eckler so powerful, man? He had a stiff arm that gave him a few extra yards, but he's a tiny guy.
It's because of his agility right there on that specific play, because he was able to move away just fast enough where the power looks more impressive just because he's got Devin Bush off balance.
Underdogs and road teams are overperforming. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 100% true.
Is it saying this season seems a little different than average?
Yeah, I would agree with him.
Thoughts on Miles Sanders, fat guy?
It's a rookie prospect. They still don't trust him like they trust Jordan Howard, and I can understand why. But he's ripped off some pretty big plays.
Yeah, he put up a lot of fantasy points.
A lot of fantasy points.
We didn't really watch that game too closely.
No.
League-wide home field advantage down to the low twos. So, Mickey, this is where it becomes interesting. Do you think that's going to continue, or do you think that that's going to
regress to the mean
for this season? Because these are the decisions that we have to make when we're doing these kind of things. Is that going to stay, or is that an anomaly, and is that going to change lines?
Predicting lines. We're still going to use contrarian theory to be the crux of our picks. So
yeah. Jake, things are going pretty well for you. It'd have to go pretty bad now for the over to hit. Well, that's for the past 5 seasons. Yeah, that's a much better sample.
Yeah, that sample is fantastic.
Because now you're looking at what? It's like 1,200, 1,300 games.
That's 256 at 5. That's
so close to
1,280.
There you go. Plus the 91 from this year, so.
Yeah. You say 91?
Yeah, that's what we got here. And are we at the 2-minute warning yet?
Yeah.
I want to just give a shout out, 2-minute warning to Hooters, who sponsored the 2-minute warning. Shout out to Hooters, where they have beautiful women serving you chicken wings and other types of bar food. You feel like 3 is high?
Well, 3 was like the industry average, but Mickey Hill is actually, I would say, a better authority on that than us. But it's It's a little bit less than 3, but we still believe that places like Denver and Seattle garner almost 4.5 points. We still buy that credo.
Is Packers the highest you have at 5?
Oh, we never had it that.
But the difference between 4.5 and 5 is pretty small.
He's got a good question.
Rams and Cowboys are near 0.
There's a clear hold. Touchdown, Hunter Henry. Good question from Jake Jacobs. Is a T-shirt on the line tomorrow, or is it locked up? I don't know. I think it's locked up.
It's dependent on all. Let me open this up for you guys so we can see a little.
Did you already
bit
put in
better.
Pittsburgh?
Yep. What's the game tomorrow?
Lions and Packers.
So tomorrow, there is something on the line.
Oh, there is a T-shirt on the line. Oh, that's completely true, Zitvono. That's completely true. Yeah, so it is dynamic in that sense, I guess you could say. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really smart way of looking at it. The in that book, Stanford Wong, Beat the Sports Books, they actually have a chart. They have a chart in that one, don't they?
Yeah, we have our own chart. If I can,
we have our own chart, I think. Big Ray might be able to post that in the win probability. We made that one ourselves, didn't we?
Yep.
There's a math problem in there, though, in ours that we're kind of curious. Oh, sorry. On this onside kick, this Steeler player got killed. Hope he's all right. Yeah, he's good. There's Cam Sutton. You can just post that whole thing, can't you?
Well, I can bring it over. Jake Jacobs thinks that's dumb that with 3 timeouts they should still kick off. I actually like it better for the onside kick because it gives you an extra, 7% chance to just recover the ball.
Yeah,
right away.
yeah.
And then
I don't know what the math is on that, though.
well, right now you don't care about the field position as much.
I know. I understand that, but there's I don't know what has higher win probability added, though. I don't know what the OP strategy is. Yeah, so like to garner that, so between -3 and -6
is a difference of about 7%, just over 7%. Whereas from 15 to 18, it's about a 4% difference. Just
there
under
you go.
4%. Jake Jacobs prefers the field position
Preference.
over the 6%.
I just don't know the math on that. That's the thing. You guys know me. I'll just take whatever's, whatever the book says.
This just shows if the line's even, it's about a 50%
It's a win probability percentage by point spread.
Yeah. So what you can do is you can calculate these into money lines.
Yeah, it's a good way to tell the Yeah, that's just general win probability. So
if a team's a 12-point favorites,
that's their win.
In general, they're going to win 80% of that of those games.
Because we'll use a chart like this to see if there's discrepancy between the money line and the point spread. Because sometimes there's less juice on the money line because the market is slightly offset.
Yeah, so a game like this, it might be like plus 375. So
375 is like 10.5, dude.
So this would be 78%. So
you
know it's better to
look at fat guy.
Better to
375 is 10.5, dude. Right on the nose. Or you can just ask me. I'll tell you guys. Don't do teasers or parlays. Pros don't do teasers or parlays. Parlays, you're compiling the commission you pay. Like you're adding commission each time. Vegas makes 40% of their money on teasers. Sometimes or on parlays rather. Sometimes we'll do reverse teasers where we'll sell points. Sometimes we'll do that, but that's even rare. Those are just like it's kind of like insurance at the casino. It's just generally speaking a really bad idea. I mean, obviously there are spots where insurance in say blackjack is okay. I believe I'm no blackjack expert, but they should do a fake punt here.
With how the Chargers just drove down the field, they don't really need to. They should be bringing those outside guys in though to block.
Excellent. What a play! Great job on special teams,
Johnny Holton.
Well, think about this. Every time you add a well, okay, I guess it depends where you get it. I mean, the only time every parlay opportunity we've ever had, the juice just doesn't make sense. Oh, do you have the books right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it because I always do.
There's a chapter in this about this very problem. I thought that book was at my house. I'm glad it's here right now, though. Oh, you mean short parlays? Okay, yeah. Because parlays, I believe they usually pay you 4-1 on like general spread betting. So, interception drop by Mike Hilton. Yeah, 2 or 3 team parlays, we don't actually do that. There's also higher variance too than because if it's the same as spread betting, like if you're getting the same commission, same payout, I'll take the single games all day because it'll lower my variance. You'd actually have a higher risk of ruin too if you took parlays because of the variance, because there's going to be more negative and more positive runs. Interception, game over. Don't return it and ruin it. Why are you returning this?
So I'll read this out to you. Sit Bono.
Oh, you're going to read it out, right? You're going to sit by the fire and read me a bedtime story, Big Rye?
Yeah. Let me get nice and close. I'll botch it. But
don't forget this book's from 2009.
So it talks about EV on parlays, expected value. Sports bettors who have no skill at picking winners give Sportsbook a huge percentage on parlays. On straight bets at -110, choosing teams by flipping coins gives the Sportsbook a 4.5% return. On 13-5 two-team parlays, choosing teams by flipping coins give the Sportsbook 10% edge. For 4-team parlays at 12-1, Choosing teams by flipping coins gives the sportsbook 18.75% return. For bettors who choose teams by flipping coins, parlays are bad news. If you must bet parlays, bet only on terms at least as good as the last column of Table 5.
Yeah. So basically he's saying you can do parlays, but it depends on the price you're getting. And that's kind of, I guess, along the lines of what I was saying. And they have in this book, they have a chart that will tell you what's appropriate. But I'm gonna stick with what I said, and I believe it, that the risk of ruin is higher, and the variance is higher betting parlays. But go on, Big Rye.
So then it says, there are, for example, sportsbooks that pay 14-5 on two-team parlays, which is the equivalent of betting two teams at minus 105 each.
14-5, that's plus 280. Story time with Big Rye, yeah. You want to show the folks at home the book? Adam Egret?
Yeah, this is Sharp Sports Betting 2009 from Stanford Wong. Published at Wong
PP Press.
Wong PP.
Do you want me to read
Press.
it too? Here, you want to flash it to the camera to the folks at home?
It's backwards on our camera, but
They can figure it out.
Sharp Sports Betting by Stanford Wong. Now I lost my page. This is just great.
All right, so the game's in the book. Final 24-17. This score doesn't tell the truth of the game. This was a blowout by the Steelers. Excellent job by the Steelers defense this game. Did a great job. 24-17 road victory for the 7-point underdog Steelers. Steelers cover.
Yeah, what the fat guy said.
You find it there, Big Rye?
What are you asking me to look for specifically?
Yeah, it is named after him, Zitvono. Do you know what Wonging is? It's because he'd drink coffee and he'd stand and instead of playing, because what happens is when you count cards is you raise when the count's in your favor, you raise your bet size. So Stanford Wong would like stand with coffee behind people and count, and then he'd just jump in and bet huge when the count was in his favor. Obviously, they're pretty wise to that now. But I don't understand how count carding is illegal. It's just it's a better strategy. Like Stu Unger memorized each individual card rather than even counting them. See you guys tomorrow, Jake. Have a good one.
Have a good night, Jake. Congrats on the under.
Count carding is not illegal. I thought it was. I thought you could get in trouble for it. Oh, you just get banned? Is that what they do? Yeah. Okay. I've never attempted that. I play poker all the time, but they don't care if I grease someone for a few bucks. So.
And Mickey Hill's right. If the Lions cover +5, there's going to be a three-way tie tomorrow, but they all have different total over-unders for that game, so we'll have a straight-up winner.
Little guy's smart because it's Price is Right rules. It's closest to without going over. So if the score goes 36 or under.
But little guy's out. He's one
Oh,
win
is he?
behind
Yeah,
everybody
there you
else. So it's between Hobgoblin, Miami will win the Super Bowl, and Jay the Infamous.
Oh, gee, I feel like that's directed at me. They just tell you to quit. Have you done it before, Zitvono? I've always been interested in that kind of stuff. I clearly enjoy the hustling of gambling.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm the kind of guy that takes the coupon. Oh yeah, ban all their properties. I've seen that. They did like whatchamacallit. I forget which one in Vegas that bans people really easy. I forget one of my poker buddies was telling me about it. He got banned for doing that. Oh, was it Gold Coast? I think it's Gold Coast. You get banned in like 10 minutes, really easy.
I think we should do a focus on these parlays because it's very interesting.
It is interesting.
I feel like this is a question that keeps coming up with a lot of people, and I need to. I just know that it's bad. and that's why I stay away from them. But to specifically get into the science or what is considered good, what is considered bad, and making sure people understand what to be looking for when doing it is quite interesting. Because it's not always bad, but more often than not, it's probably not going to be good. So as long as people know what's good and what's bad, then they can make their own decisions for themselves.
That's really cool, Zitvono. Yeah, I played through Black Friday. We're Canadian, so I got my money from Black Friday first. But I was nervous because they owed me, I think, $6,800 full tilt, and I didn't think I was going to get it back. And I had all the receipts for my requesting like 2 weeks before Black Friday. I still play online poker, but like the Hold'em is completely broken. Like even my Hold'em online, I make about 2 big blinds an hour, 2 point something. And like that's just absurd. Whereas live poker, I make 33 big blinds an hour because the live players are so bad. Especially when you get into when you get really deep, when you have lots of money, they call too wide and then they fold too narrow to small bets. Then they fold too wide. It's very interesting. The live poker scene around here is really, really good. There's a lot of Asian money around here and a lot of like drug dealer money around here, and those guys come and play live, and they're like abysmal, or completely abysmal. So if I had to play online poker for a living, I would just quit again. So I started playing Omaha online, and I have pretty healthy wins, but it's still not nearly like in the old days in 2008. Those you could print money in those days. Everyone was really bad, and the other thing too is I have probably $1,200 in software, and you have to start using like solvers and stuff like that with Hold'em. It's just too difficult. Live players are unbelievably bad. Like you don't even get it. My hourly rate is $105 an hour live. I can't stand doing it though. You have to sit in a casino, listen to all the slot machines or podcasts for like 10 hours, and it's a complete nightmare. But you know it's a really big chunk of my income, so I got to do it. So I won $3,800 in 6 hours like 3 weeks ago, and then I made me really lazy the last 3 weeks. So I haven't really gone out and I haven't really played since then. I played a little bit of Omaha yesterday or the day before, and I lost I think $256. Just choked, but whatever. Oh, if you got monies at Vono, then yeah, it's just a big chunk of my income. So. But there's I prefer like betting on football. There's a lot more enjoyment out of it. Poker's poker's a grind. It's work.
If you're well off, I wouldn't be playing poker. It's
yeah.
Just, you got better things you can be doing with your money than sitting around.
Yeah, but you can make a few bucks.
Sweaty dudes.
Yeah, big fat sweaty guys. Okay. All right, so we're going to end the broadcast here, Big Ryan, get to some work, because I think you proposed a good question, Zitvono, and we'll be definitely probably doing some work on it, and probably a video, and in some capacity at some time.
Hell yeah, brother.
Okay, Hulk Hogan. Cheers, gentlemen. Thanks for staying on with us.
Thanks, guys. You have a good night. Congrats to everybody who had the Steelers.
Steelers.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow.